Hey, I still have to go back. On the way back to Konoha village, Ryu sighed. Previously, Ryu said that he would stay on the battlefield, but was immediately driven away by the angry Tsunade, and was secretly responsible for protecting Ryu's Uchiha field, and he didn't want Ryu to stay on the battlefield. Any dangerous situation on the battlefield can happen. Even if the elite Jonin is not careful, he will die in the next moment. How dare Uchiha Wild let Ryu take risks? In the previous attack, if it weren't for Ryu's quick resolution, Uchiha Yi would jump out of the dark and take action. He is extremely worried about Ryu's accident, let alone anything else. If something happens to Ryu, he will definitely follow him in the funeral. Ryu, the battlefield is too dangerous. Even if you are strong, it is not suitable for us. Makoto said to Ryu. Actually, when Ryu said he wanted to stay on the battlefield, Makoto was worried. Don't worry, I won't put myself in danger. He said that he wanted to stay on the battlefield because with his strength, even in the battlefield, there would be no danger. Of course, Ryu wouldn't be forced to stay on the battlefield, so as soon as Tsunade rushed, he left. Leaving this time does not mean that there will be no chance to go to the battlefield again in the future. Although the war has lasted for half a year, it has not yet reached the real fierce time. A war will not end in a short time. As for when it will end, it depends on the situation of the war. At least it will continue for a few years. It took 3 days to go back, mainly because Ryu and Makoto slowed down when they went back, and even went to a famous snack street to stroll around. Uchiha Ryu came back safely. Hanzo of the Salamander is really a waste. Located inside the root tissue in the dark underground, Danzo had a sullen face and murderous eyes in his eyes. Since the last time Ryu easily defeated Uchiha Fugaku, Danzo has focused on Ryu. Such a genius absolutely cannot stay. The geniuses of the Uchiha family should be killed. Of course, even the geniuses of Konoha village, Danzo will find a way to target them. Master Danzo, otherwise we will kill him personally. It's just a kid. It's easy to solve him. Get down. Danzo glanced at that hand, then said lightly. Back in the village, how to kill? Uchiha Ryu spends most of the time in the Uchiha clan. Is it possible to go to the Uchiha clan to kill? Although Danzo is bold and unscrupulous in doing things, he can't be unscrupulous. If he does it, wouldn't he want to force Uchiha? In normal times, maybe Danzo really dares, but now in the Ninja Wars period, if Uchiha is forced to reverse, Konoha village will be over. Let me seize the opportunity again, it is your death date. Danzo snorted, then closed his eyes. Ryu doesn't know that Danzo wants to kill him. Actually speaking, there is no hatred between Ryu and Danzo, but Danzo thinks Ryu is a threat. After this mission, Ryu led a peaceful life. Even if he had a mission, he didn't do it. He has been practicing and teaching Makoto and Kushina, who will come to him from time to time. Sometimes I would go out to parties, such as with Nawaki and other classmates who have a fairly good relationship. 1 year has passed, and the situation on the battlefield has become more and more fierce. Even Cloud Shinobi and Rock Shinobi, who were originally on the sidelines, have a vague meaning to join the battle of the ninja world. There are also Sand Shinobi Village and Rain Shinobi Village. They have reached an alliance temporarily. Konoha village is too strong, so they chose to join forces. Konoha in this period is definitely not weak. Although Orochimaru, Jiraiya and Tsunade can't stand alone, they are already outstanding, and the 3 of them can join forces to fight the shadow level. Konoha White Fang, Hitaki Sakumoto's shadow class, did not lose sight of 3rd Kazekage, and even suppressed it faintly. And Sarutobi Hiruzen has not yet been on the battlefield at this time. Although Danzo is not a good thing, he is also a shadow class because of his lack of strength. In addition, the major families of Konoha village, Sand Shinobi and Rain Shinobi, are not enough for Konoha to fight. Little Meng, isn't my luck too bad? In the system space, today is the time to sample the projections of the characters once a month. As a result, Ryu once again extracted an unknown dragon set, Genin. 12 times a year, except for one, the others are basically Genin and Chunin, and the key is some dragon sets. As for the burst of luck, Ryu can't afford to provoke the projection of Otsutsuki Kagaya. Although Otsutsuki Kagaya performed poorly and had no combat experience, her strength is properly strong, and she is the strongest among the projections of these characters that Ryu has picked up today. It seems lucky, but I can't beat Otsutsuki Kagaya, which actually brings little value to Ryu. This may be your bad luck. Anyway, it's not my black box operation, I can't do it. Xiaomeng said to Ryu quickly, lest Ryu suspect her in the dark. Don't worry. How could I doubt you? Ryu patted Xiaomeng on the head, but he started a little harder, making Xiaomeng very frustrated. You just gritted your teeth as if you were going to hit me, and you said you didn't doubt me, absolutely doubt me. Open the task panel. There is only a solitary Super S level task. This task cannot be completed in a short time. Leaving the system space, Ryu walked towards the Uchiha training ground. On the way, Uchiha Yi suddenly came to report to Ryu. Young master, Uchiha Fugaku is on the battlefield, do you want me to get rid of him? Uchiha has a ruthless look on his face. If Uchiha Fugaku is eliminated, no one will compete with Ryu for the position of the Patriarch. In the future, the position of the Uchiha Patriarch must be Ryu. As long as I act, Uchiha Fugaku will definitely die on the battlefield. Shut up. Don't talk about that anymore. Ryu looked at Uchiha Wild with a cold expression. The horrible chakra wave made Uchiha Wild back a few steps and quickly lowered her head. I have a contradiction with Uchiha Fugaku, but it's not time to kill each other. Unless he completely tears his face and becomes an enemy, otherwise he will never do kinship. This is Ryu's principle. Otherwise, with Ryu's strength, it is not easy to kill Uchiha Fugaku. After being reprimanded by Ryu, Uchiha Yi lowered his head in shame, and it was really shameful to shoot at the same clan. Young master, I still want to remind you, although you don't want to attack Uchiha Fugaku, it is difficult to guarantee that they will not have the idea of attacking you. Young master must be on guard in the future. Finally, Uchiha Yi reminded Ryu. Don't worry, if they want to do it, I won't be soft-hearted. For the sake of his clan, Ryu will not take the initiative to kill Uchiha Fugaku, but if they don't care about their affection, Ryu doesn't mind raising the butcher knife. At that time, he would not treat the opponent as a fellow clan, but an enemy. In fact, if possible, Ryu still hopes that Uchiha can unite as one, but he also knows that this seems impossible. Ryu didn't think much about Uchiha Fugaku's going to the battlefield. The situation is a bit wrong now. Rock Shinobi has already begun to appear at the border, and he wants to intervene. According to the gossip, it seems that Sand Shinobi has paid some price, so please come to Rock Shinobi to help deal with Konoha village. Facing two big shinobi villages at the same time, plus a rain shinobi village second only to the 5 big shinobi villages, this time it is really stressful for Konoha village. Especially Cloud Shinobi village and Kiri Ninja village need to be guarded. If Konoha village is really at a disadvantage, it is absolutely impossible for them not to take action. I hope Konoha village will not be besieged. In the original Second Ninja War, Konoha village was mainly fought against Sand Shinobi and Rain Shinobi instead of Rock Shinobi. Now there have been changes. Rock Shinobi participated in the fight against Konoha. If gains were made, Cloud Shinobi, who was greedy, would definitely take action. Konoha's location is the richest, and the benefits of defeating Konoha are also the greatest, so Konoha village is highly likely to be besieged. If one hits 4, it's not right. If one hits 5, even if Konoha village is strong, it can bear it. Konoha village is the cradle of genius. There are many strong people, but it's not as good as the other 4 ninja villages plus Rain Shinobi village. Stand up. I practiced a genin technique on the training ground a little, and by the way pointed out the clansmen. There are not many clansmen who are still cultivating on the training ground. Maybe they are on the battlefield. Now many young chunin have been dispatched to the battlefield. All major families sent their tribesmen to the battlefield. After all, Konoha village was defeated, and it was not what these families wanted to see. Their interests were tied to Konoha. Nawaki, what do you invite me out for? After practicing on the training ground for a while, Ryu received an invitation from Nawaki. I invite you to dinner. There is a sunny smile on Nawaki's face. He and Uzumaki Naruto are indeed a bit like. It's not that they look alike, but they are very similar in character. In fact, Nawaki, Yahiko and Naruto have similar personalities, but both Nawaki and Yahiko didn't end well. If Naruto were not the protagonist, they certainly didn't end well. It's not right to invite me to dinner for no reason, and also invite me to barbecue. When did you get rich? Ryu looked at Nawaki suspiciously. His money was taken by his unscrupulous sister to bet. Although Nawaki was the youngest of the Senju clan, his life was tight. My sister has been on the battlefield for the past 2 years, so I saved a lot of money. I have to say that since the outbreak of the war, Nawaki has indeed had some good days, at least there is pocket money. I used to worry about eating and drinking, but I didn't have pocket money in my hands, and I had to rely on rice for dinner. Ryu, I have received a mission from Naruto-sama, and I am going to the battlefield. While eating, Nawaki talked to Ryu. Well, you are going to the battlefield? Hearing this news, Ryu frowned, but he knew that Nawaki would never go back to the battlefield this time, and even his internal organs had been taken away. Yes, it's time for me to contribute to Konoha village. Nawaki is not repulsive of going to the battlefield, even seeing his surprised look on his face, as if he can't wait to go to the battlefield. Then you go to the battlefield to be careful. With your strength, it is only high-level cannon fodder on the battlefield. Ryu didn't stop Nawaki, and seeing Nawaki's appearance, he couldn't stop him, let alone stop Nawaki. He wouldn't have any trouble. Nawaki's death is probably related to the interior of Konoha village. As a good friend, Ryu will try his best to change Nawaki's ending, but he can't always protect Nawaki's side. Try to remind him. Ryu, my strength is not what it used to be. I am now a special Jonin. Nawaki heard Ryu say that he was a high-level cannon fodder, and was very unconvinced. Special Jonin? Is it great on the battlefield? Even the elite Jonin will die accidentally. Ryu slapped his head vigorously. Your strength is not a high-level cannon fodder. You say it is a special Jonin, but Nawaki lacks combat experience. It is estimated that Chunin can be used at best. Perhaps not even a high-level cannon fodder. The task I am doing will not be dangerous. Nawaki knew that his mission was not a frontal attack, nor was it an assassination squad, but a logistical support mission. Hehe. There is no non-dangerous mission on the battlefield. Remember to be careful. I don't want this to be the last time I see you. Ryu took out a Flying Thunder God Kunai and gave it to Nawaki. This is Flying Thunder God Kunai. You should know what Flying Thunder God is. When you are in danger, use Chakra to activate the art. As long as it is not too far away, I can sense it. This is a guarantee for Nawaki, and Ryu doesn't know whether he can change Nawaki's fate. Flying Thunder God technique is powerful, but if the distance is too far apart, Ryu will not be able to sense it. You can even know Flying Thunder God technique? Nawaki opened his mouth and looked at this hidden classmate, his second grandpa's ninjutsu. How could he not know? Nawaki has practiced before, but unfortunately not everyone can practice Flying Thunder God technique. First of all, you must have a talent for space. It is a pity that Nawaki does not have the talent for this aspect, so after a long time of training, he has no idea. Remember, it's best not to trust anyone on the battlefield. All you can trust is your own strength. Be cautious and don't fall into the trap. Ryu ignored Nawaki's surprise and told Nawaki again. As for whether Nawaki could hear his heart, this Ryu couldn't guarantee that he could survive the disaster. 3 days later, Nawaki followed the Konoha village reinforcements and set off. At the same time, Rock Shinobi village also joined the war and helped Sand Shinobi and Rain Shinobi deal with Konoha. Originally, 3rd Tsuchikage Onoki wanted to continue to wait and see, but 3rd Kazekage gave too many benefits, so Onoki led Rock Shinobi to support. In order to deal with Rock Shinobi in Konoha village, 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen also had to go to the battlefield, and the ninja war escalated again. Sarutobi Hiruzen led the Konoha Shinobi to the battlefield. Before they had a rest, they were attacked by Rain Shinobi, Rock Shinobi and Sand Shinobi. The support troops led by them suffered heavy damage, even Sarutobi Hiruzen was slightly injured. In fact, it is good not to die. When Onoki, 3rd Kazekage, and Hanzo of the Salamander were attacked jointly, Sarutobi Hiruzen would have to explain it to the battlefield if Hitaki hadn't arrived in time. Originally, because Sarutobi Hiruzen personally went to the battlefield, Konoha's morale greatly increased, but because of the enemy's ambush, his morale declined significantly. 3rd Hokage the old guy deliberately increased the difficulty of the task. Ryu didn't look good after receiving the news. If this continues, Konoha village's winning rate may not be high, and the plot will have to be rewritten. In the next few days, news of successive defeats came. Originally, the battlefield was based on the country of Rain, but now the Konoha shinobi have been driven out from the country of Rain. If you lose again, I am afraid that the border will not be held. The consecutive defeats are also for a reason. Today there are less than 6,000 ninjas in Konoha village, and the combined forces of Sand Shinobi, Rock Shinobi and Rain Shinobi have more than 20,000 ninjas. All the ninjas in Konoha village were dispatched, and they couldn't compare to the enemy in number. Grandpa, I plan to go to the battlefield. The residence of the great elder of the Uchiha clan, Ryu, came here at this time. Well, since you have decided to go, then go. I also want to go to the battlefield. Uchiha Kang looked at Ryu and did not refuse. Although it was dangerous on the battlefield, Uchiha Kang, who knew that Ryu had turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, believed that Ryu would break out of the sky. Ninjas have to experience wind and rain. The real strong are all killed in the shadow of the sword. Grandpa, you want to go to the battlefield? Ryu frowned, with some worry in his heart. Uchiha Kang's age is no longer young, and his physical strength has begun to decline. Coupled with the dark injuries he left when he was young, in fact his condition was not good. Although I am an old bone, I am confident that no one can hurt me. Moreover, Konoha is also in a precarious manner. If we lose the battle, Uchiha will not be able to escape. Even if it is not for Konoha village, but for the Uchiha clan, he has to go to the battlefield. Ryu knew that he couldn't persuade him, so he could only tell him to be careful, and then Ryu went back to prepare. After preparing, Ryu found Makoto and talked to her. Originally, Makoto was going to the battlefield with Ryu, but Ryu persuaded him. The battlefield is not a joke, and Ryu can't protect Makoto at all times. It's too dangerous. He doesn't want Makoto to take risks. The next day, Ryu took Uchiha to the battlefield. Of course, they were not the only ones who went to the battlefield together. The Hyuga tribe led by Hyuga Hiyashi and Hyuga Hazashi, as well as the Pig Deer Butterfly Trio, Nara Shikahisa, Akamichi Dinza and Yamanaka Keiichi. Other major clans, such as the Yuno, Sarutobi, Shimura, and Inuzuka clans all sent their clans to the battlefield. Almost all the remaining members of the Senju clan went to the battlefield, including the old guy Danzo, who left Konoha village. Now Konoha village is handed over to Mitokado Homura and Udatain Kaharu. Unexpectedly, I would form a team with your two brothers. Ryu looked at Hyuga Hiyashi and Hyuga Hazashi. The relationship between them is not very good, because there are many disputes between the Uchiha and Hyuga clan. Hyuga Hiyashi and Hyuga Hazashi are very cold to Ryu. They don't talk to Ryu at all, and Ryu doesn't want to be boring anymore. Let's go and perform the task. A team of 3, Ryu is the captain, probably because of this reason, so the two brothers are very cold towards Ryu. When Ryu was the captain, they were very unconvinced. The task of finding the enemy is left to you two brothers. Now their task is to find the enemy ninja who sneaked in the rear. Once found, there is no need for Ryu to destroy them, just report them in time. Hyuga Hazashi turned on Byakugan. To be honest, after turning on Byakugan, the blue veins in the eyes burst, which is really not good. However, Ryu didn't complain. If he said that Byakugan was not good looking, I am afraid that the two Hyuga brothers would have turned against him on the spot. There is a huge chakra 1 kilometer away. It should be an elite Jonin and 2 Jonin. Hyuga Hazashi's body was shaken, and he quickly reported to Ryu. No, they found us. They are now coming to our place quickly. Let's go quickly. Ryu's expression is fairly calm, and the cold faces of the Hyuga brothers have changed in shock. An elite Jonin and 2 Jonin, how could they have been able to fight? The Hyuga brothers are probably stronger than the elite Chunin, but they are also limited. As for Ryu, although the Hyuga brothers know that he defeated Uchiha Fugaku who became Jonin, they do not think that Uchiha Ryu can beat the elite Jonin. There is a big gap between Jonin and elite Jonin. 3 Jonin besieged and killed an elite Jonin will also be counter-killed. Do you think you can run? Have you run Jonin and elite Jonin? Ryu asked Hyuga Hiyashi and Hyuga Hazashi who wanted to escape. The faces of the two brothers became ugly, and it was indeed difficult to escape from the hands of 2 Jonin and an elite Jonin. I will stay to cut off the road, and you will run away. I can't hold on for long. You will rescue as soon as possible. Hyuga Hazashi gritted his teeth and said to Ryu and Hyuga Hiyashi. Hazashi, what did you say? Hearing Hyuga Hazashi said to stay and cut off the road, Hyuga Hiyashi disagreed. How could he let his own brother stay and die? Ryu gave Hyuga Hazashi a surprised look, but he didn't expect that he would ask to stay and cut off the circuit. Brother, I am a branch house, and I am destined to sacrifice for the clan. You can't have anything to do. Hyuga Hazashi tried his best to use a calm tone, but there was still some sadness on his face, not knowing whether it was sad for his identity or sad for his death. No, I don't agree with you staying on your own. If you want to keep our brothers with you, Uchiha Ryu, you can go. Hyuga Hiyashi said very firmly. These 2 bastards, when I go back, I will beat you 2 to death. Ryu leaned against a tree and cursed the 2 brothers Hyuga Hiyashi and Hyuga Hazashi. Before seeing the appearance of both of their brothers staying to die, the brotherhood made Ryu a little moved. So Ryu simply said that after he was cut off, they let the 2 of them leave. As a result, the 2 bastards didn't even turn away and just ran away. Forget it. Whether those 2 bastards run away, I can play without any scruples. Sensing the approaching enemy, a flash of excitement flashed in Ryu's eyes. Uchiha Ryu, we are back. Didn't you 2 bastards ran away? Why did you come back? Turning his head and looking at the two Hyuga brothers unhappy, these two bastards ran fast before, and now they are running back to do what they are doing. Could it be that they moved to the rescue? HMPH, leave my companion and run away, I can't do it yet. Hyuga Hiyashi snorted coldly. The two of them fled halfway, but in the end they still couldn't pass the hurdle in their hearts, so they gave up running away and instead came back to help Uchiha Ryu. Aren't you afraid of death? Ryu looked at the two brothers in surprise, and had to say that at this time he really took a high look at the two brothers. We can't shame the Hyuga clan. Leaving his teammates and fleeing, the Hyuga clan can't afford to lose this face and would rather die on the battlefield. Hyuga Hiyashi doesn't want to lose the face of the Hyuga family. Since you are back, hide away from me and don't hold me back. Hold it? Uchiha Ryu. What do you mean, look down on us? Hyuga Hizashi is very angry. We come back to help you together, you don't need to say thank you, the attitude towards us is so bad. Ryu ignored him at all, because the enemy had already come, wearing Sand Shinobi's forehead protector. This elite team is a ninja from Sand Shinobi village. It's actually 3 little ghosts, the Uchiha family and the Hyuga family. It seems to be a good harvest. The leader of the elite Jonin, his eyes lit up after seeing the two brothers Ryu and Hyuga. The reason why he can recognize Ryu in them is that the Hyuga clan is too obvious. Only the Hyuga clan owns Byakugan. As for Ryu, he has the Uchiha family emblem on his clothes. Byakugan, open. ×2 The two Hyuga brothers turned on Byakugan, and then performed the gentle fist approach. They did not flinch even when faced with an undefeatable enemy. As for Ryu, the special flying thunder god kunai was thrown out by Ryu like flowers in rain. Ha ha ha, is the Uchiha family's kunai throwing at this level? Looking at the scattered kunai, one of Sand Shinobi Jonin laughed disdainfully. You have too much nonsense. A cold color flashed in Ryu's eyes, and then the first target was placed on Sand Shinobi. He wanted to live longer, who knew he was in a hurry to die. The next moment Ryu's figure disappeared completely. Just as they were looking for Ryu's figure, Ryu had already smashed a Rasengan on the back of the Jonin's head. Huh. Luckily I didn't touch my body. Ryu looked at the ninja who was hit by him. His head was blown up. Rasengan will definitely not be used to hit the head in the future. It was a little sick. Big brother, Uchiha Ryu, he killed a Jonin? Hyuga Hizashi stammered a bit. He was stunned by Ryu, and instantly killed a Jonin. When did Jonin kill so well? No matter which village it is placed in, Jonin is high-end combat power. In some small ninja villages, Jonin is the top combat power. Hyuga Hiyashi took a deep breath and said, maybe we won't be in danger of life. Hyuga Hiyashi recognized the ninjutsu performed by Ryu, Flying Thunder God technique, the legendary ninjutsu of Second Hokage. Don't be distracted, you will die when distracted. Using Reikiri to pierce the heart of another Jonin from behind, the two Jonin didn't even resist, and they were easily killed by Ryu. The first one died carelessly, and the second one was killed by Ryu. Jonin was shocked, so he was also killed by Ryu. Chang, as expected to be an elite Jonin, the combat experience is rich, and this is blocked. Using Flying Thunder God technique, Ryu intends to eliminate the last elite Jonin, but when he immediately ended up, he was blocked, but even so, kunai still left a wound on his body. What is your body flicker technique? Not everyone can recognize Flying Thunder God technique. In fact, not many people still know Flying Thunder God technique. Strictly speaking, Flying Thunder God does belong to the body flicker technique, the space flicker technique. Do you want to know? 3 Tomo Sharingan, which Ryu quietly opened, and Jonin, the elite of Sand Shinobi village, looked at each other. When he saw 3 Tomo Sharingan, he realized that it was not good, and then there was nothing. He was hit by Ryu's Sharingan illusion and was controlled by Ryu. I don't like torturing the enemy, so please have a good time. Ryu cleanly took kunai and wiped his neck. An elite Jonin and 2 Jonin didn't even have time to perform ninjutsu from start to finish. It has not been more than half a minute since they were solved by Ryu, and the 2 Hyuga brothers were dumbfounded. Isn't you the wrong one? After recovering, Hyuga Hiyashi asked Hyuga Hizashi suspiciously. Hyuga Hizashi also knew what he meant, and suspected that he had mistaken the strength of the other party. They were not Jonin in the elite Jonin, but Hyuga Hizashi can guarantee that he is absolutely right. How could he have misunderstood the huge chakra of elite Jonin? What's more, the clothes on the opponent are obviously clothes that Sand Shinobi village elite Jonin would wear. Absolutely not wrong, brother, didn't you also open Byakugan before? Hyuga Hiyashi was silent. Yeah. He also turned on Byakugan just now. It is indeed an elite Jonin and 2 Jonin, this is genuine. But they were killed cleanly by Ryu, and they didn't see Uchiha Ryu's effort from start to finish. It was as simple as killing a chicken. Ryu ignored the 2 Hyuga brothers who were suspicious of their lives. He was searching for the things on these 3 ninjas as well as loot. Open the ninja bag. In addition to some kunai, shurikens and detonating talisman, there are also bingliang pills and ninjutsu scrolls. Yes. I got the trophy I wanted the most. Ryu looked at a Genin technique scroll and put it away. After finishing the spoils, Ryu cremated them using the Great Fireball technique. On the way back to Konoha camp, the 2 brothers Hyuga Hiyashi and Hyuga Hazashi did not speak, but there was a little awe in their eyes when they looked at Ryu. Now they have to accept that Uchiha Ryu killed 2 Jonin and an elite Jonin by strength. At this time, they were fortunate that they didn't provoke Uchiha Ryu when they were in the ninja school. It turned out that they were hiding their strength when they were in the ninja school. Ryu didn't have time to pay attention to what the 2 guys were thinking. After returning to the camp, he gave the report to the Hyuga brothers and Ryu went to rest. In fact, he was too lazy to report, and left the trouble to the 2 brothers, and the Hyuga brothers did not dare to object. The next day, Ryu originally thought that there would be a task arranged for him, but he received news from Sarutobi Hiruzen asking him to go. It should be the news that I killed an elite Jonin and 2 Jonin. Ryu didn't care either. It didn't matter to expose some strengths appropriately, as long as not all of them were exposed. It is necessary to hide some strength, but it is impossible to hide all strength without revealing it at all. Ryu, you are here. Sarutobi Hiruzen is bandaging the wound at this time, and the injury caused by the last sneak attack is not healed. Master 3rd Hokage, I don't know what your orders are for you to come to me. Listen to Hiyashi. You have learned Flying Thunder God technique? At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen stared at Ryu. If he knew that Uchiha Ryu could learn Flying Thunder God technique, he would never trade Flying Thunder God technique to Uchiha Ryu. It's a pity that everything is too late, and it doesn't make much sense to say this now. Yes, maybe I'm very talented in space, so I learned Flying Thunder God technique, thanks to Master Naruto. Ryu has a smile on his face, but Sarutobi Hiruzen is totally unhappy. Okay. I learned Master 2nd Hokage's ninjutsu. I hope you can contribute to Konoha village. Reluctantly smiling, Sarutobi Hiruzen encouraged Ryu. Next, I plan to promote you exceptionally to Jonin. Yes, this time Sarutobi Hiruzen called Ryu over to promote him. As for the purpose of promoting Ryu, only Sarutobi Hiruzen himself knew. Thank you Hokage-sama. Of course, Ryu would not refuse to promote himself, and the right to speak for Jonin was at least much stronger than Chunin. He is just 12 years old now, and he has become a Jonin, not much better than the future genius Kakashi. In the future, the youngest Jonin will be his Ryu. These are all prestige. Ryu is also a human, of course I hope that his reputation will be higher. No thanks, this is what you deserve. After all, it can kill an elite Jonin and 2 Jonin. Even if someone has opinions, I will help you suppress it. Sarutobi Hiruzen said to Ryu gently. But next, there is a task that you need to complete. Only you can complete this task. As he spoke, Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression became serious, as if he was entrusting Ryu with a heavy responsibility. Ryu wondered in his heart that Sarutobi Hiruzen promoted him to Jonin. Could it be that he was sent out to kill him on purpose? He has always speculated on others with the greatest malice. This is not impossible. No matter how genius he is a member of the Uchiha family. Sarutobi Hiruzen is not as tough on the Uchiha family as Senju Tobirama, but it is only slightly worse than Senju Tobirama. In fact, Sarutobi Hiruzen has no good feelings for Uchiha. I don't know what mission Naruto-sama is going to explain to me. Explore the fictitious reality of the 3 ninja village coalition forces in the Kingdom of Rain. You have the Flying Thunder God technique, and you can return when you encounter danger. This task is none other than you. I hope Ryu, you can agree to it for Konoha. This task is really dangerous. Even if you have Flying Thunder God technique, you can't guarantee complete safety. A careless person may be planted in it. After all, it is sneaking into the enemy's base camp. For the sake of Konoha village, it is incumbent. Ryu directly agreed. For him, this task is not dangerous, and his whole card is not Flying Thunder God technique. Give me such a dangerous task. Is it really because only I can complete it, or do you want to take the opportunity to get rid of me? Leaving the headquarters where Sarutobi Hiruzen was, Ryu frowned and thought. Maybe it's both. Anyway, he doesn't think Sarutobi Hiruzen is a good person, and Ryu sees it too. He is a little jealous of himself. Young master, this time you leave Konoha camp and take me with you. Uchiha Yi followed Ryu. Yesterday Ryu did not let Uchiha Yi follow. After knowing that Ryu met the elite Jonin, he was startled in a cold sweat. Are you going to die with me? Ryu told Uchiha Yi of his task, and Uchiha Yi was in a hurry. How could he take such a task? Young master, absolutely can't take this quest. Third Hokage definitely wants to kill you. Uchiha Yi has anger in his eyes, wishing to kill a great fireball technique in front of Third Hokage and burn him to death. Don't worry, I can guarantee my safety, and it's better not to say this to outsiders. Ryu waved his hand to Uchiha, then revealed Mangekyo Sharingan. I have Mangekyo Sharingan and Flying Thunder God technique. Even if I break into other shinobu village, I can come and go freely. Uchiha Yi did not speak. In fact, when he saw Ryu's Mangekyo Sharingan, he was startled. For the Uchiha family, Mangekyo Sharingan has become a legend. In the eyes of most people, Uchiha Madara was the last person to have Mangekyo Sharingan. Well, there are only a few people who know that Uchiha Madara's eyes have evolved into eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. In fact, many people don't even understand Mangekyo Sharingan. The young master actually turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, and I, Uchiha, is about to stand up. This idea was all in Uchiha Yi's mind. With the horror of Mangekyo Sharingan, it wouldn't be difficult to become Hokage in the future. Young master, since you have turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, you can't take any risks. Uchiha Yi persuades Ryu again, and now he dare not let Ryu take risks. I have already accepted the task. Wait for me to come back in the camp. This is an order. In the end, Uchiha Yi can only watch Ryu leave with a bitter face, praying in his heart that Ryu will not encounter a crisis, otherwise he will die. Within the Rain Country, Ryu is heading to the camp in Sand Shinobi Village. Now Sand Shinobi Village, Rain Shinobi Village and Rock Shinobi Village are united, but their camps are not together. In fact, they are not completely trusting each other, they are all coming together because of their interests. Where does the trust come from? Let me meet the strongest third Kazekage. Wearing an Ambu mask on Ryu's face, he used means to sneak into the camp in Sand Shinobi Village. For Ryu, it is not difficult to sneak into Sand Shinobi Village. Even if he is discovered, he can use Sharingan magic to control the opponent. Sarutobi Hiruzen explained that Ryu's task is to explore the reality of the three ninja villages, that is, to understand their specific powers. However, Ryu also has his own plan. To be honest, Ryu agreed to Sarutobi Hiruzen to take this task, mainly for his own system task. It's so easy for me to come to the material depository of Sand Shinobi Village. Isn't there any fraud? Ryu came to Sand Shinobi Village where the supplies are located. He intends to destroy the supplies in Sand Shinobi Village, so that at least it can help Konoha Village to recover some disadvantages. Since you don't take it so seriously, then I will teach you a lesson. The seals on both hands release the terrifying fire style. The fire is extinguished, and the terrifying sea of fire ignites these materials. No, our supplies have been attacked, so hurry up and put out the fire with me. Jonin, the four elite guarding supplies, hurriedly shouted. In fact, it is not that Sand Shinobi Village does not pay much attention to materials. How could it not pay attention to war materials? They dispatched a full 4 elite Jonin to guard the materials. But how can this be able to stop Ryu, the Shadow Level Pinnacle, and he is also the Shadow Level Pinnacle powerhouse with Mangekyo Sharingan. Third Kazekage came so fast. Ryu hides in the dark, sees Third Kazekage who is coming, and immediately throws one of the kunai in his hand. With the Flying Thunder God technique, kunai, this kunai sneak attack, of course, it is impossible to hit Third Kazekage, and was easily avoided by Third Kazekage. Boom. Ryu uses Flying Thunder God to appear behind Third Kazekage, and Rasengan smashes down mercilessly. The instant the white smoke hits it out, Ryu knows that it has failed, and is avoided by the body replacement technique. As expected of Third Kazekage, this response speed is impressive. At first, Ryu thought that even if he couldn't kill him, he could at least severely damage Third Kazekage, but Ryu found that he underestimated Third Kazekage. It was you who attacked our supplies. Third Kazekage looked at Ryu with a cold face, with the ultimate killing intent in his eyes. The materials were destroyed, and the original plan for Konoha Shinobi had to be abandoned. The most important thing was shame. When the materials were destroyed in their camp, wouldn't it make people feel that Sand Shinobi was incompetent? If others don't say, That old fellow Oyemu will definitely take the opportunity to laugh at them. Isn't it obvious? It was not that I attacked your supplies. Did you burn it yourself? Ryu was already surrounded at this time, but he was not afraid at all. With Flying Thunder God technique, there was no need to worry about safety issues. Outside of the Sand Shinobi camp, Ryu has long left the Flying Thunder God technique and can leave the Sand Shinobi camp at any time. Third Kazekage, be careful, he should have used Second Hokage's Flying Thunder God technique just now. Chiyo rushed over at this time and reminded Third Kazekage that she was also a well-informed older generation and had also learned about Flying Thunder God technique. Magnet-style sand iron shigur. Thousands of fine needles made of sand and iron pierced towards Ryu. Third Kazekage's magnet-style sand iron is also a very powerful blood succession limit. However, for Ryu who masters Flying Thunder God technique, such an attack is obviously impossible to touch him. Instead of taking shots at Third Kazekage, Ryu dealt with the ninjas in Sand Shinobi Village. Earlier, Ryu had left countless Flying Thunder God techniques in the Sand Shinobi camp. At this time, like a god of death, he quickly harvested those ninjas. Genin, Chunin, and Jonin are treated equally. Basically they are all spikes, and the superb speed makes those Sand Shinobi hard to defend. Only the elite Jonin can barely escape Ryu's Flying Thunder God technique. Damn it, leave me here. Third Kazekage roared. In fact, those Sand Shinobi were just a drag on Fengying, but they restricted Third Kazekage's shots. This is the Sand Shinobi camp, and there are people everywhere, so Third Kazekage can't use those large-scale ninjutsu, lest he hurt his people. Counselor Chiyo, you and Counselor Ilaozang helped withdraw those. Boom. Before the words were finished, Third Kazekage flew out, sprayed a mouthful of blood in the air, and then hit the ground heavily. Ryu stood where Third Kazekage had been standing, still keeping his punching posture. Staring at Third Kazekage who got up, Ryu smiled slightly. As expected, it is Third Kazekage. You can get up even with a hard punch. In the punch just now, Ryu used the strange force technique to bless him, and he could punch through even a rock wall. In fact, Third Kazekage is not relying on his own body to resist. If he really uses his body to resist, it will not be slightly injured now, but may be punched through the abdomen. At the critical moment, Third Kazekage controlled the sand and iron to form a small shield in front of him, blocking most of the power. Die to me. The puppet released by Chiyo slashed towards Ryu, but before it fell, Ryu used Flying Thunder God technique to leave. Damn it. Chiyo yelled angrily, but was helpless with Ryu. With just one hand Flying Thunder God technique, they can do nothing about themselves. Fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato, relying on the Flying Thunder God technique, played a prestigious name in the three wars. Magnet-style sand iron giant needle. Seeing that Ryu didn't pay attention to him, Third Kazekage immediately used ninjutsu to carry out a sneak attack. Flying Thunder God Guide Mine. Being able to transfer the attack to another location, Namikaze Minato transferred the tailed beast bomb past, and now Ryu transferred the attack from Third Kazekage. The sand iron spear released by Third Kazekage was transferred to the Sand Shinobi crowd by Ryu. In an instant, a dozen Sand Shinobi were unfortunately pierced and died under Third Kazekage's ninjutsu. Using Third Kazekage's ninjutsu attack to kill the ninjas in Sand Shinobi Village, Ryu was indeed a bit murderous. Looking at Third Kazekage's blood-red eyes, you can see how angry he is. You Sand Shinobi Village is too weak. I played it in the palm of my hand by myself. I feel ashamed for you. Ryu stood at the top of the camp, looking down at the crowds of Sand Shinobi below, ignoring Sand Shinobi's hateful gaze at him. Tell me who you are. Third Kazekage gritted his teeth and asked. It was the first time he suffered a loss since becoming Third Kazekage. My name is Uchiha Ryu. Ryu took off the mask indifferently, revealing a face that was a little immature, but extraordinarily handsome. It's you, the genius of the Uchiha clan. Chiyo clearly knows Ryu. She pays attention to the information of Konoha village, so she knows who Ryu is, and she knows that Ryu is now very prestigious among the Uchiha clan. In fact, Chiyo has already regarded Uchiha Ryu as a threat to the future, and is thinking of sending ninjas to kill the threat in the cradle. Now look at Uchiha Ryu, don't kill yourself in the cradle. People have grown up, and the three of them can only stare at Uchiha Ryu. This time I will say hello to you, and we will see you next time. Ryu puts on the mask, then uses Flying Thunder God technique to leave. Sand Shinobi has retired, and the remaining Third Kazekage and Chiyo are not easy to solve, and Ryu does not intend to expose too much strength. Mangekyo Sharingan, he didn't show any intentions. Ryu left. Third Kazekage let out a sigh of relief, and it was a bit embarrassing to say that. In fact, he was a little afraid of Uchiha Ryu. 2 times he almost died in the hands of Uchiha Ryu. If he hadn't reacted fast enough and had enough combat experience, I'm afraid he would have died in the hands of Uchiha Ryu. A ninja who can Flying Thunder God technique appears in Konoha village. The next battle is difficult. Chiyo had a sad face on his face. From this battle, he knew that Uchiha Ryu broke into the Sand Shinobi camp single-handedly, and they couldn't help but finally Uchiha Ryu could leave calmly. Although Uchiha Ryu is young, he has the ability to change the course of war, which is extremely disadvantageous for them. As far as I know, isn't Flying Thunder God technique created by Second Hokage? Why did Uchiha Ryu use it? He belongs to the Uchiha family. How did you get Flying Thunder God technique? Third Kazekage frowned. This time he was unwilling to suffer a loss. Third Kazekage felt that if there was a head-on confrontation, he could easily get rid of this kid. But using Flying Thunder God technique, he can't even touch Uchiha Ryu, and the attack can be transferred. How powerful is Flying Thunder God technique? Since Flying Thunder God technique is so powerful, how was Senju Tobirama killed? In fact, Ryu is all wondering how Senju Tobirama died. Even if Senju Tobirama chose to cut off to save his disciple, he would not be killed if he possessed Flying Thunder God technique. Maybe I didn't understand the ninja abilities left behind by Sage of Six Paths, so I was killed by the 2 brothers, the Golden Horn and the Silver Horn. Leaving aside these, Ryu has left the Sand Shinobi camp and glanced at the Rock Shinobi and Rain Shinobi camps not far away. Simply destroying Sand Shinobi's supplies will not give Konoha village a chance to breathe, nor can the supplies of Rock Shinobi and Rain Shinobi be spared. Ryu performed the same trick again and easily sneaked into Rock Shinobi camp, destroyed Rock Shinobi's supplies, and then once again destroyed Rain Shinobi's supplies. I came back so soon. Sarutobi Hiruzen was a little surprised to see Ryu coming back so quickly. Didn't Uchiha Ryu go at all? Naruto-sama, the ninja united by the 3 ninja villages is indeed far ahead of Konoha village, but I have destroyed their supplies. I believe they have no time to attack us these days. What, you said you destroyed their supplies? Sarutobi Hiruzen was a little excited when he heard the news. Yes, now that I have destroyed the supplies in 3 ninja villages, I think Konoha village can now fight back. Ryu thinks it is time to fight back, but Sarutobi Hiruzen is the one who made the final decision. His right to speak is not high. Okay, Ryu, you did a good job. Sarutobi Hiruzen quickly calmed down the excitement in his heart, and then asked Ryu to go back first. As for the counterattack at this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen did not think about it. Even if the materials in the 3 Shinobu villages are destroyed, they still have the power to fight back. If they really fight back, they are likely to suffer a big loss. To be honest, Sarutobi Hiruzen's character is a bit indecisive at the critical moment, and now this opportunity is not grasped well. After others replenish the materials, it will be a fierce battle against Konoha village. Ryu leaves Sarutobi Hiruzen's headquarters and returns to his camp. Young master, are you okay? When Uchiha Yi saw Ryu coming back, he asked quickly, with a worried look in his eyes. Do you think I look like something is wrong now? Don't underestimate my strength. Today's Ryu may not be able to single-handedly pick a ninja village, but the power of a ninja village can't do anything to Ryu. Master Tsunade came to you before. Huh? Tsunade came to see me. Ryu was a little confused, and then Uchiha Yi told him that Tsunade said that after he came back, he hoped he could go there. Forget it. Go to Tsunade and ask. Although I don't know what Tsunade is looking for, Ryu still intends to check it out. Now Tsunade is in charge of managing the medical ninja, just behind. When I saw Tsunade, Tsunade looked tired. Numerous wounded were sent here on the battlefield. The medical ninja was seriously inadequate, so Tsunade was naturally tired. And she needs to fight Chiyo wit and bravely. Chiyo's poison needs Tsunade to crack. If there is no Tsunade here, I am afraid that Chiyo will have the greatest damage to Konoha village. Master Tsunade, what's the matter with me? Call my sister. Then I just call you Tsunade. Ryu smiled. Calling sister will definitely not be called sister, unless it is for some benefit. If Tsunade used wood-style ninjutsu to seduce herself, perhaps Ryu would really put aside his morals and call her sister Tsunade. Wood-style ninjutsu Ryu can't use it, but it will definitely be useful for him in the future. In the future, Ryu will definitely exchange for wood-style, but in exchange for wood-style blood succession boundary, it will only come with a few weaker wood-style ninjutsu. Other wood-style ninjutsu needs to be exchanged separately, or you can obtain it from other sources. Tsunade was also not angry. She told Ryu that the purpose of letting him was to ask Ryu to help her take care of Nawaki, who was on the battlefield. I agreed to the request to take care of Nawaki, but I think it is best for Nawaki to return to Konoha village. It is still too dangerous for him to appear on the battlefield now. Ryu agreed to Tsunade's request. Even if there is no Tsunade's request, Ryu will take care of Nawaki. He doesn't have many friends, so Nawaki is one of them, otherwise Ryu would not give Flying Thunder God Kunai to Nawaki. Thank you, Ryu. She also knows Ryu's strength now, so she has learned the Flying Thunder God technique and killed an elite Jonin and 2 Jonin. With Ryu taken care of, Nawaki will be safer. Tsunade, can I learn medical ninjutsu with you? You actually want to learn medical ninjutsu? Tsunade looked at Ryu in amazement. In fact, few people learn medical ninjutsu now, and Konoha doesn't pay much attention to medical ninjas. Previously, Tsunade proposed that each team be equipped with a medical ninja, but it was rejected. Not many people are willing to learn medical ninjutsu, and not many are suitable for learning medical ninjutsu. Medical ninjutsu also has learning conditions. First of all, you must have a very precise control ability on chakra. This is the necessary key to learning medical ninjutsu. There are so many skills that don't overwhelm you. Other ninjutsu has been mastered by him. Now Ryu is mainly researching seal art. No amount of medical ninjutsu will be too greedy. Since you are willing to learn, of course I am willing to teach you, but I may not have so much time. As long as you are willing to teach, then you will call me teacher from now on. Tsunade hugged her arms and said to Ryu. Before, Ryu called her Tsunade-sama, but she felt a little bit more productive. Asking this guy to call her sister, he actually didn't want to call her Tsunade directly, which made her feel uncomfortable, and decided to make this guy respect her a little bit. No problem, Mr. Tsunade. Ryu resolutely agreed. At this time, even if Tsunade asked him to call his sister, Ryu was willing. After all, he was counting on Tsunade to teach him medical ninjutsu. After spending a few hours here in Tsunade, Ryu learned some basics of medical ninjutsu. Although Ryu's talent is very strong, it is impossible to learn medical ninjutsu in a few hours, but even so, Tsunade praised Ryu as a genius. In terms of meticulous control of chakra, she is no worse than her. For several days, the Konoha camp was very peaceful, and Ryu had no quests. From time to time, he went to Tsunade to learn medical ninjutsu, or he just went to chat with Nawaki. Orochimaru Senpai is also here. On this day, Ryu came to look for Nawaki and met Lengjun Orochimaru, one of the 3 ninjas. Well, Orochimaru does not have the title of Konoha 3. And because of the butterfly effect brought by Ryu, it is not certain whether there will be Konoha Sannin in the future. It turned out to be Ryu-kun. A different color flashed in Orochimaru's eyes after seeing Ryu. The reason why he appears here is to give directions to Nawaki. Orochimaru is Nawaki's teacher. Because of Tsunade, Orochimaru takes care of Nawaki. Of course, this is also because Orochimaru is not so indifferent now. In the future, Orochimaru, even Tsunade's younger brother, Orochimaru will not bother. I heard that Ryu-kun has learned Flying Thunder God technique. I don't know if I can show it. Orochimaru had some enthusiasm in his eyes. Today's Orochimaru has a great obsession with ninjutsu. Flying Thunder God technique. Orochimaru has also obtained it, relying on Sarutobi Hiruzen's importance to him. As long as it is not a taboo secret technique, it is easy to obtain. Although Flying Thunder God technique is very powerful, it is not a taboo secret technique. Only the technique that hurts others and oneself like the ghoul seal, and the secret technique that plays with the soul of the dead, like impure world reincarnation, is a taboo that prohibits learning. Although Orochimaru got it, he hasn't learned it and has no talent in space. Since it was Orochimaru Senpai's request, of course I would not refuse it. Ryu said with a faint smile. For Orochimaru, Ryu has no good feelings, but there is no dislike, especially now that there is no conflict between them, and they can still communicate friendly. Take out a special Flying Thunder God kunai from the ninja bag, and then throw it at Orochimaru. When kunai flew in front of Orochimaru, Ryu's figure appeared instantly and grabbed kunai. I don't know how Ryu-kun learned it, but what's your experience? Orochimaru asked urgently. He already knew that Ryu relied on the Flying Thunder God technique to break into the enemy camp and kill all sides, and also retreated all over, so he was a little envious and jealous. I don't have a talent for space. It would be a waste of time to learn Flying Thunder God technique. What Ryu means is to tell Orochimaru to give up. You don't have this talent at all. Is it? Orochimaru frowned and didn't believe Ryu's words, thinking that Ryu didn't want to say it. If it was his words, it was absolutely impossible to tell others about his cultivation experience. After Orochimaru left, only Ryu and Nawaki were left here. Nawaki, the two of us will be teammates from now on, and we will act together in the future. Ryu said to Nawaki after Orochimaru left. Well, how did we become teammates? Nawaki is a little confused. What about his original teammates? Don't you want to become teammates with me? This is when I asked third Hokage to be transferred. Of course not. I'm very happy to be a teammate with you, but I'm just a little confused. Of course he hopes to become teammates with Ryu. After all, their relationship is already good. It should be a tacit understanding to become teammates to fight side by side. I don't know what's going on. Sand Shinobi, Rain Shinobi, and Rock Shinobi haven't attacked us these days. I don't know if there is any conspiracy. Nawaki and Ryu sat down and started talking. Nawaki didn't know about Ryu's destruction of the supplies in Sannin village before, or even ordinary ninjas didn't know it, only those ninjas with higher status. Now that Sannin village has destroyed supplies, there is no time to attack Konoha, and they are even worried about Konoha attacking them. I don't know what Sarutobi Hiruzen really thinks. It is clear that a good opportunity is placed in front of him, but Sarutobi Hiruzen does not know how to cherish it. At this time, if you attack Sannin village, you will definitely be able to get back the losses you suffered before, but Ryu didn't know that Sarutobi Hiruzen actually made a gesture of issuing a truce to Sannin village. The headquarters of Konoha camp, Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at 3rd Kage's reply and fell into deep thought. Previously, Ryu destroyed the supplies in Sannin village and proposed to take the opportunity to attack them. At that time, Sarutobi Hiruzen was really moved. If you shot at that time, you would definitely be able to get back the losses you suffered before, but at the last moment Sarutobi Hiruzen still hesitated. I am delighted to find the loss I suffered, but after Sannin village replenishes the supplies, the situation is still unfavorable for Konoha village. For the sake of the overall situation, Sarutobi Hiruzen finally came to a show operation and issued a truce to 3rd Kage to stop this ninja war. This is why there has been no war in the past few days. Sarutobi Hiruzen is waiting for 3rd Kage's response, and 3rd Kage is delaying time to replenish supplies. Sarutobi, what are you looking for me for? Danzo walked in and asked Sarutobi Hiruzen. Look at this. Picking up their reply from 3rd Kage, Sarutobi Hiruzen handed it to Danzo. Danzo sneered after reading it, and asked Sarutobi Hiruzen, dare you promise them? 3rd Kage's reply, requesting that Uchiha Ryu be handed over, agreed to Konoha village to negotiate a peace and stop this ninja war. When Danzo first saw it, the first thing Danzo thought of was to agree to hand over Uchiha Ryu and take the opportunity to get rid of Uchiha Ryu. But Danzo immediately realized that it was impossible, and that it was impossible to hand over Uchiha Ryu. Looking at Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression, it is obvious that he was moved, but Sarutobi Hiruzen did not dare to do so. If Uchiha Ryu is an ordinary civilian ninja, or even just an ordinary Uchiha tribe, Sarutobi Hiruzen will definitely agree. But Uchiha Ryu is the grandson of the Uchiha elder, occupying most of the Uchiha family, and it is even possible that the next Uchiha patriarch may be his. If he agrees, then Konoha village and Uchiha will be over in an instant, and Uchiha, who was originally dissatisfied, will definitely rebel. What's more, even if you really agree, will 3rd Kage really keep its promise? HMPH, I said before, take the opportunity to shoot Sand Shinobi, Rain Shinobi, Rock Shinobi, now it's fine, there is no chance. Danzo snorted coldly. Danzo had also suggested to 3rd Hokage before, but Sarutobi Hiruzen may have been flooded with thoughts, and he actually had the idea of making peace. Danzo, you should know that even though we shot and won a victory at the time, the situation is still very unfavorable for us Konoha. Sarutobi Hiruzen took a deep breath. What he said was true, but it was also true that he missed a good opportunity. I propose to send a large army of ninjas to attack the camp of Sannin village. Danzo proposed to Sarutobi Hiruzen. Okay, I promise you. Sarutobi Hiruzen burned the letter, and it was impossible to hand over Uchiha Ryu, not because I didn't want to, but I couldn't. Now that the decision has been made, be more decisive and follow Danzo's choice and proceed to the camp in Sannin village now. After Sarutobi Hiruzen gave the order, they quickly assembled and Sarutobi Hiruzen led 2,000 Konoha shinobi men to attack Rock Shinobi camp. Hitaki Tsukumo led 2,000 ninjas to attack Sand Shinobi camp, and Danzo led 1,000 ninjas against Rain Shinobi and Hanzo of the Salamander. Although Danzo only carried 1,000 ninjas, the people Danzo carried were all elites, all ninjas of the major families in Konoha village, and their combat effectiveness was stronger. Why is it so sudden? Nawaki felt that the order to launch the attack was too sudden, and he was a little stunned when he heard the news. We just have to run at the end, Ryu said to Nawaki. Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't arrange any tasks for Ryu, so what Ryu had to do was to make soy sauce. Just make sure to make soy sauce well. By the way, if you are optimistic about Nawaki, you can avoid trouble. Ryu and Nawaki are the big forces following Hitaki Shumo to deal with Sand Shinobi. No, you absolutely cannot fail to do anything on the battlefield. Nawaki took the initiative to throw it in front, making Ryu scream for an idiot. Oh, why'd I have a foolish friend? If you have the strength, I won't say anything. An elite Chunin, an elite of yours, still wants to show the limelight, right? At this moment, Ryu wants to beat Nawaki. Counselor Chiyo, you guessed it right, the Konoha shinobi really attacked. With a sneer on Third Kage's face, this time he could find his place in Konoha village. He touched his abdomen. At this time, his abdomen was still aching. This was beaten by Ryu with a strange punch, and he almost beat him to death. To divide the blessings, I beg you. Third Kage looked at the old monk next to him. This old monk is no longer young. He is called Fenfu, and he has another identity that is One-Tail Jinchuriki. He has been imprisoned in Sand Shinobi village, and now Third Kage has finally brought him out, using him as a weapon against Konoha village. Jinchuriki is a weapon for every village, a weapon for war. However, under normal circumstances, the use of Jinchuriki is not allowed. The destructive power and lethality caused by the tail beast is too great, so the villages should not use it lightly. But now the Ninja World War has begun. Who cares about this? After being beaten by Ryu last time, Third Kage ordered people to bring the points. Oh, I see. There was a touch of unbearable on Fenfu's face. He was not a bad person, in fact, he did not want to hurt others by the power of the tail beast. But he was born in Sand Shinobi village, and he was destined to contribute to Sand Shinobi village, not to mention that he could not refuse this matter. Seeing Fenfu walking towards the enemy, Third Kage immediately ordered the Sand Shinobi village ninja to start retreating and must pull out of here. Third Kage uses the fake sleeping technique to fully awaken One-Tail Shuhei, which is equivalent to complete tail beastization. When the time comes, Sho Crane will attack, but it is not the enemy or the enemy, and even because of the hatred of Sand Shinobi, he may attack Sand Shinobi first, so it is better to retreat first. Fake sleeping technique. This is a hypnotism, which hypnotizes oneself into a deep sleep, and then releases the monsters lurking in the body. After using this technique to divide blessings, he fell into a deep sleep, and then the terrifying evil chakra began to emerge, and this chakra far exceeded the shadow level. Even One-Tail, the chakra it has is definitely far beyond the shadow level. After seeing the fat civet cat in front of him, Hitaki felt extremely terrified, and his face was ugly to a halt after chakra was so large that he could not describe it. All stop, then retreat. In fact, without Hitaki Shumo's order, the ninjas behind were already scared, and the tail beast's body was tens of meters in height, already scaring them. What kind of monster is this, summoning beast? What a terrifying chakra, we are definitely not opponents. Can Commander Hitaki be able to fight? Is this thing a tail beast? The Konoha shinobi were in horror, but fortunately their quality was not bad. They followed Hitaki Tsukumo's words and began to retreat. Sand Shinobi village even uses tail beasts. I don't know if Konoha village will use 9 tails. Ryu took a look, then took Nawaki and began to retreat. He was not afraid of One-Tail, but with Nawaki's strength, it is estimated that One-Tail Shozuru can kill him with a single ninjutsu. Ha 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 ha, my uncle has finally come out. One-Tail Shuhei is very arrogant. Remove 10 tails. Among the remaining 9-tailed beasts, One-Tail Shuhei is not the strongest, but it is definitely the most arrogant one. Damn human beings, dare to attack this uncle and die for uncle. Wind-style air training bullets. After feeling the attack from Hitaki Tsukumo, One-Tail Shozuru furiously attacked Hitaki Tsukumo, opening his mouth and spitting out a typhoon ball containing a lot of chakra. This is a ninjutsu mastered by One-Tail Shuhei. The strongest tailed beast bomb One-Tail can also be used, but One-Tail is rarely used because it consumes too much chakra. One-Tail Shuhei is not the weakest among all tail beasts, but its chakra content is considered to be the least among tail beasts. If you change to 9 tails, you can use tailed beast bomb casually. You are not afraid of consumption, but 1 tail can do it. And wind-style air training bomb, it can be regarded as a substitute. Sakumo Hitaki, why can't 1 tail guard the crane? Ryu stood in the distance and looked at Hitaki Shumo, who was entangled with 1 tail Shuhei. Although Hitaki Shumo is not weak, he is also the best in the movie class. If facing a shadow-level opponent, Hitaki Shumo can suppress it, but facing the tail beast, Hitaki Shumo has no effective lethality at all. Hitaki Sakumo relies on the Hitaki knife technique in the lightning style, which is very strong against humans, but it pales in comparison to such a beast as a beast. Of course, 1 tail Shuhei couldn't do anything for a short time. Hitaki Shumo, among the 9-tailed beasts, it is estimated that only 9 tails has super shadow power. Other tail beasts include 8 tails Gyuki, which has the most shadow-level combat power, and 1 tail Suheding is mostly shadow-level combat power. If 1 tail Shuhei is allowed to fight 3rd Kazekage, I am afraid that 1 tail Shuhei will not be able to beat 3rd Kazekage. But this is not to say that Hitaki is weaker than 3rd Kazekage. Hitaki also suppressed 3rd Kazekage before, but Hitaki is not good at dealing with tail beasts. Magnet-style sand iron Shigur. Countless iron needles pierced through, and dozens of Konoha shinobi were killed and injured in the blink of an eye. Although the casualties were basically Chunin, it was not a small loss. 3rd Kazekage, do you think you are doing it again? Ryu's figure appeared behind 3rd Kazekage's head and kicked it. Boom. 3rd Kazekage, who was flying in the air with the wings of sand and iron, was kicked by Ryu and hit the ground directly, creating a huge hole. Ryu's kick uses a strange force, which is Tsunade's Tienshu kick. The force of this kick is not small, and a house can kick and explode. I was prepared. The iron sand around 3rd Kazekage fell, exposing the 3rd Kazekage protected by the iron sand. When he shot, he was always on guard against Ryu, although he didn't know if Uchiha Ryu was here, but he was careful. Fortunately, he was careful enough, otherwise he would be hit hard. Lightning-style Rakery. Ryu has long left the Flying Thunder God technique on 3rd Kazekage, so he can instantly appear in front of 3rd Kazekage. Magnet-style Sand Iron Wall. It's useless, even if it's steel, I will punch you through. Rakury's strongest is the piercing power. 3rd Kazekage's magnet-style sand iron wall, known as the strongest shield, is still broken. There are many who are known as the strongest shields, but most of them are self-proclaimed. For example, 3rd Raikage is also known as the strongest spear and the strongest shield. 3rd Kazekage also called his sand and iron defense the strongest shield, but I don't know if he has the face to continue to say it is the strongest defense. Back to few steps pale. 3rd Kazekage's heart was torn open with a scar on the right side, and he almost died. Did not die, survived from my hands over and over again. You are proud enough. I named you the strongest wind shadow, you have got my approval. Ryu put on an arrogant expression, looking at 3rd Kazekage as if looking at a junior. He was deliberately angry with 3rd Kazekage. You are looking for death. How can 3rd Kazekage fail to see that Uchiha Ryu is humiliating him? If this does not kill Uchiha Ryu, I am afraid someone will say that his strongest wind shadow is canonized by Uchiha Ryu. I never know what it means to find death. Would you like to perform it for me? Ryu raised his eyebrows, then said to 3rd Kazekage. Die all to me, look at my uncle's aerial training. The voice of Shozuru came into Ryu's ears, and then Ryu saw a huge typhoon spouting from his mouth. Hitaki Sakumo still can't stop Shozuru anymore. Ryu directly avoided Morozoru's attack and glanced at 3rd Kazekage. At this time, 3rd Kazekage had already left. Originally, he was going to fight Ryu desperately, but because of Morizuru's attack, he recovered his sanity and continued to fight Uchiha Ryu, with a high probability of losing. Although he didn't want to admit it, this little devil, who was only 12 years old, was indeed better than him, and he had suffered twice. Even if he ran away, he is really a brave fellow. Ryu really wants to kill 3rd Kazekage, but it's not easy to kill a movie-class powerhouse, especially since there is no simple thing to become a movie. Don't look at Ryu in the system trial space, defeating several shadow projections, but in the trial space, those projections won't escape at all. In reality, you can run away if you can't beat them. Although it would be a shame to run away, but compared to a small life, shame is only a small matter, and losing one's life is a major matter. After 3rd Kazekage escaped, Ryu looked at one-tail Maori, and the best way to deal with the tail beast was Sharingan. Even though the one-tail Shuhei in front of him and Jinchuriki are there, Ryu can still control it, but this will expose his Mangekyo Sharingan. Forget it, it's not that there is no Sharingan, but the tail beast. Ryu still doesn't plan to use Mangekyo Sharingan, it can be settled by other means. Seal technique King Kong blockade. Chakra chains glowing with golden light gush out from behind Ryu, and then quickly tie up the one-tail show crane, directly restricting the one-tail show crane's movement. Little civet cat, get me down. With a sudden pull on the chain, one-tail Shuhei lost his balance and smashed to the ground with a dog-eating posture. Damn, my uncle is going to kill you. Shozuru started to clamor. This guy is also the one who can't suffer, and this time he was furious after suffering a loss in Ryu's hands. Oh, I'm not convinced yet, if you can break free, I will lose. Ryu looked at Sho Crane with a sneer on his face. The Vajra blockade is the secret technique of the Uzumaki clan, not to mention one-tail Sho Crane, it can also be restricted by changing to 9 tails. Hitaki saw that Shozuru was subdued, so he stopped running and stopped to look at Ryu. Others may not know Ryu, but he may know Uchiha Ryu, and he also knows that he destroyed the supplies in Sanin village before. Uchiha Ryu, do you have a way to subdue it? Hitaki asked Ryu. Naturally there is a way. Ryu made seals on both hands and used the 8-sign seal, the Uzumaki clan's seal technique, to seal one-tail Sho Crane back into Fenfu's body again. Although Shozuru was very unwilling, he did not have the ability to resist in front of Ryu. Let me down one-tail Jinchuriki. Third Kazekage killed it again, seeing that one-tail Jinchuriki was about to fall into Uchiha Ryu's hands, how could he bear it? What is Jinchuriki? That's a war weapon in a village. This is a deterrent to the outside world. The tail beast's effect on the battlefield far exceeds the shadow level. That's right, the fighting power of the tail beast is basically not much stronger than that of the shadow level powerhouse, but on the battlefield, the tail beast's behemoth exerts too much. Do you dare to come back? Did you come back to die? Ryu glanced at third Kazekage who had returned, and a Rasengan smashed towards third Kazekage. Bang, shadow clone. After the hit, Ryu realized that he had only hit a shadow clone. Although the shadow clone technique was created by second Hokage, there are a lot of ninjutsu skills. Basically, all major ninjutsu villages have this convenient ninjutsu. Except for the secret skills that are difficult to learn, other ninjutsu can easily be leaked out. What's more, the ninjutsu of shadow clone is really not that difficult. Chang. Hitaki held the white-toothed short blade and slashed it on the sand and iron wall of third Kazekage. Uchiha Ryu, you take one-tail Jinchuriki and I will stop him. Hitaki Tsukumo glanced at Ryu and said solemnly. Then be careful yourself, I'll go first. Konoha's large forces have retreated. Ryu, holding his fainted points, appeared next to Nawaki using the Flying Thunder God technique. Nawaki has Flying Thunder God Kunai, so it is very convenient for Ryu to use Flying Thunder God Kunai to teleport. Huh, you frightened me like a ghost, and almost treated you as an enemy. Nawaki was taken aback, he was still not used to Ryu suddenly appearing in front of him, probably because Ryu didn't use enough Flying Thunder God technique in front of him. Who is this monk? One-tail Jinchuriki, you should be familiar with Jinchuriki, right? What is Jinchuriki? Of course Nawaki knows, as the successor of the Senju clan, Nawaki knows a lot of knowledge, not to mention his grandmother is Jinchuriki. After that, Ryu retreated with the large group. It didn't take long for Hitaki Tsukumo to return, still with some injuries. It would be nice to be able to come back, and it is considered that Hitaki Tsukumo escaped quickly, because Ryu took one-tail Jinchuriki and third Kazekage was completely crazy. And Chiyo also came over, bringing her 10 puppets to join the battle, and Hitaki Shumo, who was under siege, almost couldn't return. If Hitaki cannot return, I don't know if there will be Hitaki Kakashi in the future. Retreat quickly, Sand Shinobi has caught up. Hitaki Shumo immediately ordered. In order to regain one-tail Jinchuriki, Sand Shinobi's madness is unimaginable. It is not suitable to go back and fight Sand Shinobi desperately at this time. The number of Sand Shinobi is several times that of Konoha Shinobi. Unless Ryu uses Susanoo, Konoha Shinobi has no possibility of a comeback. The retreat was timely, but Sand Shinobi failed to catch up, and Hitaki successfully took the Konoha Shinobi back to the camp. Here, Hitaki Tsukumo led the fight against Sand Shinobi. It was not smooth, but he didn't suffer any losses. He even earned a one-tail Jinchuriki. On the other side, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo both suffered a lot, because they both also encountered Jinchuriki. Sarutobi Hiruzen was attacked by 3rd Tsuchikage Onoki and 4 Tails Jinchuriki. Danzo was defeated by Hanzo of the Salamander and 5 Tails Jinchuriki. Range Shinobi certainly does not have Jinchuriki. 5 Tails Jinchuriki belongs to Rock Shinobi Village. Rock Shinobi Village has 2 tail beasts, 4 tails and 5 tails. After suffering a big loss, they hurried back to the camp. Thanks for your hard work, Shuimao. Sarutobi Hiruzen knew that 1 tail Jinchuriki had been caught back, and felt a little comforted. At least it was not a defeat across the board. It was not the 1 tail Jinchuriki that I caught, but the 1 tail Jinchuriki that Uchiha Ryu grabbed. Hitaki reported to Sarutobi Hiruzen. It's not his credit, he certainly won't take it for himself. Uchiha Ryu. How did he surrender 1 tail? Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately asked. After knowing that Uchiha Ryu had solved it, Sarutobi Hiruzen thought of Sharingan instantly. Only by using Sharingan, it is possible to subdue 1 tail, but to subdue 1 tail, Mangekyo Sharingan must be required. Did Uchiha Ryu possess the Mangekyo Sharingan of teleportation array at a young age? Thinking of Sarutobi Hiruzen, I can't sit still. What should I do if such a genius appears in the Uchiha family? Deeply feel the threat from Uchiha Ryu. Seal technique used. Hitaki Sakumo didn't know that Sarutobi Hiruzen had so many thoughts in his mind. Hearing Sarutobi Hiruzen asking Ryu how to solve 1 tail, he directly told Sarutobi Hiruzen. It turned out to be a sealing technique. Sarutobi Hiruzen let out a sigh of relief, thinking that Uchiha Ryu started Mangekyo Sharingan, but he didn't expect it to be too much. He is not surprised that Uchiha Ryu will use the seal technique. Uchiha Ryu and the Uzumaki clan are too close, so he can't believe the Uzumaki clan's current patriarch Uzumaki Kai. In order to weaken the Uzumaki clan, even Sarutobi Hiruzen tried to win over a part of the Uzumaki clan and split the Uzumaki clan into 2 branches. Although Uchiha Ryu has not turned on Mangekyo Sharingan now, it will definitely be turned on in the future. Sarutobi Hiruzen fell into deep contemplation, and there is still a threat in the future, so the legendary eyes have to be guarded. What if Uchiha Ryu becomes the next Uchiha Madara? There used to be first Hokage Senju Hashirama to suppress Uchiha Madara, but who can suppress Uchiha Ryu? I am going to let the Uzumaki clan come to the battlefield. Sarutobi Hiruzen said to Hitaki Sakumo. The Uzumaki family did not appear on the battlefield before. Originally, Uzumaki knew that the Ninja World War had started, and planned to contribute. After all, their Uzumaki clan is now a member of Konoha village. Konoha couldn't sit idly by when they were in trouble, but they were rejected by Sarutobi Hiruzen. It's just that now the tail beasts have been moved out, and the only thing that can restrain the tail beasts is the seal technique. Of course, the tail beast can also be used to defeat the tail beast, but now there is a Jinchuriki in Konoha village that can be used. Konoha has only 9 tails, the first 9 tails Jinchuriki was Uzumaki Mito, and now 9 tails Jinchuriki is no longer Uzumaki Mito. It's true that the tail beast has been transferred secretly, Uzumaki Mito is dead, but not many people know this news. Even Ryu has been staying in Konoha village. With Konoha's defense against Uchiha, how could Uchiha know about the transfer of 9 tails? Today's 9 tails Jinchuriki is not Uzumaki Kushina. Sarutobi Hiruzen did consider Uzumaki Kushina at first, but Uzumaki Kushina and Uchiha are too close. In this case, how can Uzumaki Kushina become 9 tails Jinchuriki? Today's 9 tails Jinchuriki is a little girl from the Uzumaki clan who was drawn to him. Because of the short transfer, she couldn't come to the battlefield to help. Old monk, how does it feel to be imprisoned all the time? Don't you hate Sand Shinobi Village? Ryu asked Fenfu. Fenfu has woken up at this time, but he can't escape, especially when Ryu is still guarding here. Some boring Ryu is chatting with Fenfu, and Ryu really wants to know that Fenfu has no resentment towards Sand Shinobi Village. As far as Ryu knows, Fenfu has been imprisoned since she was a child, and has always existed as a tool. After being imprisoned for decades, isn't there any resentment in Fenfu's heart? Fenfu remained silent and did not speak. From the look in your eyes, I don't see any resentment. It may be that your mood is high. If I were you, I would definitely kill everyone in Sand Shinobi Village. Ryu also looked at Defu with a little admiration, and the guy Shuhei could be moved by Defu. However, Ryu will never become such a person like Fenfu. He will definitely find it back when he suffers a loss. He will never be the same as Fenfu, who is used as a tool to work hard without any regrets. Uchiha Ryu, you can leave, and we will take over. Suddenly several ninjas dressed as Anbu arrived, and one of them said coldly to Ryu. "Oh, are you here to take over? Are you responsible for what happened?" Ryu stood up and asked faintly. "This is Hokage's order, you don't have to worry about it, leave now." "Since it is third Hokage's order, then I will leave, and I hope you can take care of it." Ryu took a few deep glances, then turned and left. After leaving, Ryu has a thoughtful look on his face. Are they really sent by third Hokage? No matter what, it doesn't matter to him anyway. After all, they still have third Hokage's warrant in their hands, so Ryu has no burden to go to rest. At night, there was a sudden explosion in the place where one-tail Jinchuriki was held. Roar. A beast roar was heard by people 10 kilometers away, and the entire Konoha camp was in chaos. Some sleeping ninjas woke up and looked at the Big Mac in the dark in horror. What's the matter? Why is this happening? Isn't one-tail Jinchuriki sealed? Danzo, aren't your people watching? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Danzo with a gloomy face. Originally, the guard was Ryu, but Danzo found Sarutobi Hiruzen and said that Uchiha Ryu cannot be trusted and must not be watched by Uchiha Ryu. What if he has an idea about one tail and transfer one tail away? So Danzo suggested that his people should guard one-tail Jinchuriki. In the end, Sarutobi Hiruzen thought about it again and again. Uchiha Ryu is indeed untrustworthy. What if he extracts one tail and seals it on Uchiha tribe? Sarutobi Hiruzen was also worried, so he agreed to Danzo and asked Danzo's people to guard one-tail Jinchuriki. But now that one tail has broken out, it is obvious that it has something to do with Danzo. I am afraid that Danzo is also plotting a tail beast. Being stared at by Sarutobi Hiruzen, the gloomy color on Danzo's face was put away, and he said blankly, perhaps Uchiha Ryu's sealing technique was not good enough to cause one tail to escape, and he must be severely punished afterwards. Resolve one tail first. It was too late to settle accounts with Danzo, but one tail appeared at their Konoha camp and caused casual damage. Konoha couldn't afford it. One tail ran out, those people really have a problem. Ryu walked out, calmly. From the time those people appeared, Ryu felt that there was a problem with those guys. Perhaps those guys were not from Anbu, but from the root organization. There is a gloomy aura in the root tissues, which gives people a gloomy feeling. It just so happens that the aura on them makes Ryu very familiar. Even if he knew that the other party was plotting bad things, Ryu didn't pay attention to it. Anyway, third Hokage's order was true. Whatever happened next would have nothing to do with him. Looking plainly at one-tail Morizuru, Ryu didn't make a move, but went to find Nawaki. Early the next morning, the damage caused by one tail had been cleaned up. As for one tail already ran away, Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't stop it. A tailed beast bent on fleeing, Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't stop it. Even if there are Danzo and Hitaki Sakumo, they don't have any advantageous means to deal with the tail beast, unless Sarutobi Hiruzen is willing to use the ghoul to seal it up. However, Sarutobi Hiruzen is definitely not willing to use the ghoul to deal with a one tail. As for Ryu, from the beginning to the end, he did not make a move. Naturally, Ryu didn't make a move because he was unhappy. The things I grabbed back for you were released by you in less than a day. Since you were so awesome, you can clean up by yourself. Early in the morning, Sarutobi Hiruzen held a meeting, and Ryu was also called by third Hokage to attend. Walking into the command room, Ryu saw the terrible Sarutobi Hiruzen with a gloomy face. Last night, not only nearly 100 ninjas were killed and injured, but also a lot of supplies were destroyed. It can be said that the losses were heavy, which made Konoha even worse. Uchiha Ryu. Why didn't you make a move yesterday? One tail rages on you and just sit on the sidelines. Why do you want to do it? As soon as I came in, I heard Danzo attack him. Ryu's expression was flat and I couldn't see what he was thinking. Danzo. What do you mean? Uchiha Kang stood up and stared at Danzo coldly. Now Uchiha Kang is also on the battlefield, but yesterday, even though Uchiha Kang made a shot, he did not fully contribute. Otherwise, Uchiha Kang's Mangekyo Sharingan can easily solve one tail. The one who sealed one tail was Uchiha Ryu. Isn't he responsible for one tail breaking the seal? Danzo is not afraid of Uchiha Kang either, and Uchiha Kang is tit for tat. What's more, as a Konoha shinobi, where was he at yesterday's dangerous moment? I suspect he was the one who deliberately released one tail yesterday, first caught him and handed it over to the old man for strict interrogation. After Danzo finished speaking, the other Jonin, who was silent, also looked at Ryu with strange eyes. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes flashed with a different light, and like other ninjas, he remained silent and let Danzo operate. Boom. Uchiha Wild, who was following Ryu, suddenly kicked on the table of the command post, and the whole table was kicked to pieces. What are you doing? Everyone glared at Uchiha Wild. Danzo was about to ask someone to take Uchiha Wild. Sarutobi Hiruzen, didn't you let my young master go out to investigate the enemy's situation yesterday? My young master is not in Konoha camp. How do you deal with one tail? Danzo, old dog, did you deliberately bully my young master? Young master, we are not in this tone. This Konoha village does not wait. Let's leave Konoha with the people immediately. Anyway, this war in Konoha village may not be won. Uchiha roared wildly. Sarutobi Hiruzen was stunned. When did he ask Uchiha Ryu to investigate the enemy? And Uchiha Yi dared to say this kind of rebellious things in front of so many people, and there was a problem with his mind? Uchiha Ya shut up and apologizes to everyone here. Ryu looked at Uchiha Wild with an angry face. Young master, I'm not wrong. Why bother to let them? Konoha village may be destroyed in this war. Why should we be buried with Konoha village? Now they want to wrong you. Let's leave Konoha village. Uchiha's wild face was angry and unconvinced. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face was ugly, then his eyes looked at the calm Uchiha Ryu and the expressionless Uchiha Kang, not knowing what to say at this time. I believe Ryu's seal is okay. Who was guarding one tail yesterday? Tsunade stood up and asked. Sarutobi Hiruzen glanced at Danzo and remained silent, but Danzo stopped speaking, and the entire command room fell silent. Master Third Generation, you sent me out yesterday to investigate the enemy's situation. Now Elder Danzo wants to inquire me, don't you explain it to me? Ryu pulled a chair and sat down, and asked Sarutobi Hiruzen faintly. Sarutobi Hiruzen stared at Ryu when he realized that he could not see through the 12-year-old boy. Ryu, I didn't give this order yesterday. Oh, isn't it? It seems that someone has faked the news. Someone is pretending to be Anbu. I think Master Third Hokage, you need to investigate the people around you. Maybe there is an undercover of the enemy. Ryu said to Sarutobi Hiruzen with a surprised look, with a worried look on his face. Sarutobi Hiruzen smiled stiffly, he didn't understand what Uchiha Ryu meant. Young master, you destroy the supplies in Sanin village, grabbed one-tail Jinchuriki, and made so many credits. Now that they are so slandered, they don't mean to explain. I don't think Konoha will wait and leave with the tribe. Right. At this time, Uchiha Yi spoke again. Opening his mouth and closing his mouth, he was about to leave Konoha, and the anger in Sarutobi Hiruzen's heart rose. Could it be that you want to be a traitor, and someone will catch me? Danzo stared at Uchiha ferociously and roared. You let someone try it out. Uchiha Yi directly pulled out kunai without fear at all. Stop it for me. Sarutobi Hiruzen stood up angrily, looked at Uchiha Wild, and then at Danzo. Uchiha Yi was too arrogant, and the old guy Uchiha Kang had no intention of stopping, so Uchiha Yi must have been ordered, deliberately. Open your mouth and leave Konoha, is this threatening him? Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the meaning of hiding, as long as he dared to punish Uchiha Ryu, I'm afraid Uchiha will leave immediately. At the time of the war, Konoha village is at a disadvantage, and the power of the Uchiha family is absolutely indispensable, especially the power of Uchiha Ryu. Uchiha Yi, you are getting more and more unruly. Wait until you go back and be ready to be punished. Ryu said to Uchiha Yi with a cold face. Yes, young master. Uchiha Yi lowered his head with an expression willing to be punished. Hokage-sama, Danzo's slander against me has a big impact on me. I was slandered and released for Konoha. One tail is not good for Konoha, alas. I'm afraid I can't stay on the battlefield for the time being, otherwise you probably don't trust me, so let me leave the battlefield first. Ryu stood up, turned and left. Uchiha Yi followed Ryu and left, leaving behind a group of Jonin stunned. Uchiha Ryu, what do you mean, you leave the battlefield and want to be a betrayer? Danzo asked gloomily. Oh, if you think I've betrayed, it doesn't matter if you give me the title of betrayal. Uchiha Ryu has always done what I am. Ryu turned his head to show a sneer, and then left without looking at anyone's expressions. Threats, naked threats, the meaning of Ryu's words, anyone who is not a fool can hear it. What kind of identity do they do, if they announce that Uchiha Ryu is Renin? I'm afraid Uchiha Ryu will do what Renin should do. Arrogant. Everyone here except Uchiha Kang thinks that Uchiha Ryu is too arrogant, and many people are angry, but Sarutobi Hiruzen knows that he really can't help Uchiha Ryu, he has become a climate. After such a fuss, The meeting broke up without joy. In the end, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo were left in the command center. You have seen Sarutobi, too. Uchiha Ryu blatantly threatened not to stay here. Danzo's eyes flickered with cold. Don't mention this matter. Sarutobi Hiruzen glanced at Danzo lightly. If it weren't for Danzo, things would not have progressed to this point. Only considering their relationship, Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't punish Danzo. But what happened this time really made Sarutobi Hiruzen very upset, but now he still needs the power of Uchiha Ryu, the power of the Uchiha family, and I really can't do anything with Uchiha Ryu. It is estimated that he can see it too, that's why he was so unscrupulous. On the other side, Ryu has already started to pack his things and prepare to leave the battlefield. You guy really want to leave? Tsunade was here at Ryu, and after seeing Ryu packing up, he couldn't help asking. Yes, sure enough, a dangerous place like the battlefield is still not suitable for me. I'll go back to Konoha village and stay. Nodding to Tsunade, Ryu greeted Uchiha. Ryu, do you know how much turmoil you will cause if you leave the battlefield now? It is not good for you or Konoha. I know, but I don't care. Okay Tsunade, you don't have to persuade me to stay on the battlefield. The battlefield is so dangerous. If I die someday, you are not harming me. You can flying thunder god technique, even if everyone on the battlefield is dead, you will be fine. Tsunade curled his lips and said. Hee, that's not necessarily the case. If you are not afraid of foreign thieves, you are afraid of house thieves. What if you were cheated to death by your own people? I feel you have a prejudice against Konoha. Tsunade frowned, she felt a little dissatisfied. Perhaps, but what happened today really made me very unhappy. Unless Sarutobi Hiruzen comes to me, otherwise I won't be able to go to the battlefield again. I am also a principled person. Don't tell me anything about Konoha's principles. Konoha village is very important to you. In my eyes, Konoha village is not that important. If we talk too much, we don't even have a friend to do. Seeing what Tsunade wanted to say, Ryu blocked it directly. Let's go. Leaving the tent, Ryu really left, and he didn't go by himself. He took half of the Uchiha tribe and left. Even Uchiha Kang went back with Ryu. By the time Sarutobi Hiruzen received the news, Ryu had been away for a long time. He actually left. Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't believe that Ryu had left, and Ryu took away half of Uchiha's combat power. Today, the strongest family in Konoha village is the Uchiha family. Now half of the Uchiha clan has left, and the Konoha camp is very popular. Afterwards, Sarutobi Hiruzen received another bad news. The Uzumaki clan who originally came to support, unexpectedly only 2 or 3 people came. The patriarch Uzumaki Kai went back with the Uchiha people halfway, and sent a few Uzumaki people symbolically. He wants to rebel. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes showed a cruel look. At this moment, Orochimaru saw the furious Sarutobi Hiruzen for the first time. This guy, it's too much. Jiraiya's face was irritated, and Uchiha Ryu's current behavior is no less than stabbing a knife in the back of Konoha village. Konoha village is already very difficult now, but Uchiha Ryu came to this hand. What exactly does he want to do? Hi, really smart guy. Orochimaru smiled at the corner of his mouth, then glanced at the furious Sarutobi teacher, angry but helpless. Uchiha Ryu is looking at this opportunity now. Sarutobi Hiruzen can't help him. It's impossible to fight inwardly anymore. There is also Uchiha Ryu's age. Even if he makes a mistake, he can still cover the past with his young age, at best, leaving others with the impression of willfulness and recklessness. The Uzumaki clan, do you really want to advance and retreat together with Uchiha Ryu? Jiraiya glanced at Tsunade, and said that the Uzumaki clan are considered to be Tsunade's distant relatives. What do you see me doing? Tsunade was a little upset, and she clenched her fists. She was in a bad mood and needed a punching bag urgently. Looking at Tsunade who was angry, Jiraiya shrank her neck in fear, and Tsunade punched him, killing him for half his life. The Uchiha Ryu and Uzumaki clan are not allowed to stay. I think they have been betraying Konoha. It's better to kill them first. Danzo suggested. Danzo, what happened this time is not because of you. Tsunade took a cold look at Danzo. What happened to One Tail? Tsunade believed that it had nothing to do with Ryu. Danzo should be deliberately slandering Ryu. Even the One Tail thing may have something to do with Danzo. This is Tsunade's instinct. Old third generation, the best way now is to give Ryu an account of this matter, so that the two sides can resolve the conflict. Tsunade said to Sarutobi Hiruzen. This is the best way to deal with it, but Sarutobi Hiruzen may not adopt it. it is impossible for him to bow his head to Uchiha Ryu. Give Ryu an explanation. Wouldn't it be that his Hokage bowed his head to the 12-year-old kid? Also, this matter is not easy to explain. One-tailed Jinchuriki's seal may be due to Uchiha Ryu's inadequate mastery of the seal technique, which caused one tail to break through the seal, but it is a fact that Uchiha Ryu stood idly by last night. I didn't send Uchiha Ryu to investigate the enemy's situation. Yesterday someone saw Uchiha Ryu and Nawaki together. It is true that he was in the camp and did not take action, so Uchiha Ryu was wrong. Sarutobi Hiruzen said lightly. Tsunade frowned. In fact, she also knew this. Ryu was in the camp last night. She actually saw it, but she didn't understand why Ryu didn't make a move. Damn. What the hell did that kid think? Tsunade was angrily trying to get Ryu back and beat him up. However, Tsunade felt that there might be a reason why Ryu didn't make a move last night. Maybe he was over-consuming and not enough to make a move. After all, he was only 12 years old, and he experienced a battle during the day. How much chakra consumed? Because he had a good impression of Ryu, Tsunade subconsciously found a reason for Ryu, but after seeing Ryu again, she must ask clearly. Konoha Village Uchiha, Ryu has returned with people. Uncle Uzumaki is so bold that he dared to follow me back. Ryu looked at Uzumaki K. In fact, Uzumaki K brought people back. It was not Ryu asked for it, but Uzumaki K took the initiative to follow Ryu back. Didn't we say that when we cooperated, we should advance and retreat together? What's more, I also have my own selfish intentions. Let the tribesmen go to the battlefield to seal the tail beasts. The danger is too great. If I go to the battlefield, I don't know how many tribesmen will be killed or injured. Uzumaki said to Ryu. In fact, there is a reason, that is, Uzumaki K's grievances against Sarutobi Hiruzen. Now the Uzumaki family is split into two branches, but with Sarutobi Hiruzen's handwriting. Ryu, if you do this, it means that you have completely broken your skin with third Hokage. Makoto's father Uchiha Yun is also here, and he also followed back from the battlefield, with some worry on his face at this time. Now Sarutobi Hiruzen can't handle Uchiha, but what about after the war? If you dare to do this, Ryu must have something to do with it, right? Uchiha Kang is the old god, and Uchiha Kang has nothing to stop Ryu from doing all he does, and let Ryu do it. Is there a second hand? I immediately sent someone to spread the news, saying that Danzo deliberately released one-tail show crane to frame Uchiha Ryu, and Uchiha Ryu took the tribe away from the battlefield in a huff. Ryu's eyes flickered, and he ordered Uchiha. In addition, destroy me the supplies in Sanin village, and pass on the merits of catching one tail, including my ability to fly Thunder God technique, so don't hide it, let the people of Konoha village know it. Yes. Uchiha Yi did not ask why, and went to perform the task very obediently. Uchiha Kang, Uzumaki Kai, Uchiha Yun listened to Ryu's arrangement and instantly realized, Uzumaki Kai's eyes looked a little bright when looking at Ryu. Manipulating fishing reels is indeed clever. But Ryu, your reputation will also be affected. After all, you took people away from the battlefield, and you did too much. Uchiha Kang said to Ryu. It's okay, you don't care about reputation or anything. The benefits are the most important thing. Ryu smiled. It doesn't matter to lose some reputation now. When he finally turns the tide, any black spots will be covered. After that, there is nothing to discuss. Wait for Sarutobi Hiruzen to come to the door in person. If Sarutobi Hiruzen does not come personally, Ryu will not be on the battlefield. It does not matter if there is no reward for failing the Super S-grade mission. Some things are more important than benefits, and Ryu is not the one who suffers. Since Sarutobi Hiruzen held a meeting and asked him to go, Ryu knew that it must be aimed at him, and that Danzo's attack definitely had Sarutobi Hiruzen's acquiescence. The two of them know best how one tail broke the seal, and they still have the face to blame him. Therefore, Uchiha's wild behavior and arrogant attitude were all ordered by Ryu. He just wants to lose Sarutobi Hiruzen's face in public, and more than that, he has to step Sarutobi Hiruzen's face under his feet, and he has to send him to the door to let him step on it. As for offending Sarutobi Hiruzen, would this Ryu still care? As a member of the Uchiha tribe, he and Sarutobi Hiruzen were originally enemies. After so many years, Konoha's suppression of Uchiha, Ryu saw in his eyes, this time at least he has to get back all the things he lost. After returning home to see Makoto, all the uneasiness in Ryu's heart disappeared. Makoto, you seem to have lost weight. After hugging Makoto, Ryu's hand touched Makoto's body involuntarily. Kushina is still here. Makoto's face turned red, and he whispered in Ryu's ear. At this time, Ryu saw Kushina. Kushina stared at Ryu violently. This guy, after coming in, kept his eyes on Makoto and ignored her without even looking at her. Of course I will ignore Kushina. After all, although Makoto is still small, his figure is still somewhat expected. Kushina is now a small beansprout, and Ryu certainly doesn't pay attention. HMPH, didn't you see me? Kushina asked with a cold snort. Sorry, I really didn't see you. After all, you are so short, how did I see you without speaking? Hateful. Kushina gritted her teeth in anger and cursed Ryu in her heart. I am still worried about you. In the next few days, Ryu spent a leisurely time at home, but the form on the battlefield was quite bad. Third Kazekage, who suffered a lot of losses in Ryu's hands several times, fought back with Onoki and Hanzo of the Salamander with the Tail Beast. Oh, by the way, one tail returned to Sand Shinobi's hands again. When Sand Shinobi came back, Third Kazekage was very happy, especially after knowing what happened inside Konoha. From Third Kazecage's point of view, Konoha village is just killing itself. At this time, internal conflicts still occur. It is really going to die Konoha. Ms. Sarutobi, we can't go on like this. We can't stop the tail beast's offensive. Let's dispatch 9 tails. Orochimaru looked embarrassed. If there were no tail beasts, they could resist it, but under the super destructive power of tail beasts, the Konoha shinobi suffered heavy losses. Even Orochimaru was injured. If it weren't for his first-rate life-saving ability, he would probably die. Sarutobi, there is bad news. Cloud Shinobi, under the leadership of Third Raikage, invaded our territory of the Land of Fire. Just when Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned, Danzo once again brought bad news to Sarutobi Hiruzen. What? Sarutobi Hiruzen really couldn't sit still, and his hair turned white from worry. Cloud Shinobi Village took the shot. If Rain Shinobi is counted, Konoha Village will be 1-4. There is also Mistura who doesn't know the situation. Konoha's situation is so critical now that it is difficult to guarantee Mistura will not take the opportunity to get a piece of the pie. We must send another ninja to block Third Raikage. Danzo said to Sarutobi Hiruzen that if he doesn't block Third Raikage, Konoha's family may be stolen by Third Raikage. Damn, Third Raikage took advantage of the fire and robbed him. At this time, swearing is useless, only to find a way to contain the enemy's offensive, and then find a chance to turn defeat into victory. The strength of Konoha Village is not much to stay behind, and it can't stop Cloud Shinobi at all. The more Sarutobi Hiruzen thinks about it, the more sad it gets. As for the division of troops on the battlefield here, this is impossible. Now they can't stop the coalition forces in Sanin Village. If they divide their forces again, wouldn't they be killing themselves? Sarutobi Hiruzen actually asked you to come to me. Do you want to play the emotional card? Ryu looked at Tsunade and Nawaki in front of him. Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't stand it and decided to let Uchiha Ryu take the shot, so Tsunade and Nawaki convinced him. If it is a guest, then we are friends. If it is to help Sarutobi Hiruzen persuade me to take action, then go back and tell him and let him do it himself. At this moment, Ryu drank the tea that Makoto poured without panic at all. Ryu, now Naruto-sama can't leave the battlefield at all, Nawaki said to Ryu. Oh, this way, then I can't go to the battlefield, there's no way. Ryu waved his hand, he didn't get in. No matter how difficult Sarutobi Hiruzen's current situation is, Ryu really wouldn't go as long as he didn't come and ask him personally. The big deal is watching Konoha's defeat, and even Konoha has nothing to do with Ryu. He can protect the Uchiha loyal to him and leave. Ryu, at the moment of Konoha's crisis, don't you have any feelings for Konoha Village? We can resolve any conflicts later. Tsunade looked at Ryu with a headache. She had been here to persuade Ryu for an hour, but there was no progress. I will talk about the future things later, and the current things will be resolved now. Smelly boy, are you going or not? Believe it or not, I'll hit you. Tsunade, who had restrained his temper, couldn't restrain it anymore, and slapped Ryu's table to pieces. For the sake of our good relationship, I won't let you pay. I think you should stop talking nonsense with me here. Go to Sarutobi Hiruzen, so as not to waste time. Ryu and Tsunade looked at each other. Their eyes did not fluctuate at all, making Tsunade discouraged. Why? If Konoha Village is really defeated, will it be good for Uchiha? Tsunade asked Ryu unwillingly. It's really good. If Konoha is defeated, Uchiha will have a chance to run for Naruto. Wouldn't it be good for Uchiha to master Konoha Village? Ryu said bluntly. Tsunade's face changed in shock. Looking at Ryu, who was as calm as water, she realized that she didn't seem to know the kid in front of her at all. Uchiha Ryu, if you want to run for Hokage, I can support you, but I will never allow you to take advantage of the fire. Don't you think this is too mean? Tsunade stared sharply at Ryu with anger in his eyes. Hehe. Do you support me? Who do you think you are? What's the use of your identity as Princess Konoha Village? Do you think you have a great say? I can support you on behalf of the Senju family, so let's do it. Tsunade's eyes were a little cold. Originally she thought Ryu was good, and she was friends with Nawaki. She also regarded Ryu as her younger brother in her heart, but now she thinks the relationship between them ends here. Your words are the funniest joke I've heard. It represents the Senju clan. Is there still the Senju clan? The Senju clan is left with the two of you. Ryu has sarcasm on his face. Tsunade, do you know how Uchiha came here over the years? The other families in Konoha village all have their own businesses and are rich, but Uchiha has survived by relying on money and tasks. Since the death of first generation, Uchiha has been suppressed. The former industry has disappeared. The police department's duties have offended all the families that can offend. The Uchiha people in the Konoha high-level meeting are not eligible to participate. What do you think Konoha treats Uchiha? Well, is it worth Uchiha's life? Does Konoha take Uchiha as a part? Ask your conscience, are you embarrassed to let me go to Konoha village here? Looking at Ryu's indifferent expression and listening to his constant questioning, Tsunade opened his mouth, but couldn't say a word. Nawaki couldn't say a word at this time. Not everyone is as selfless as your Senju clan. You don't give up to the Nuada clan. I am not a good person, Uchiha Ryu, but I will not let the people who follow me suffer. They can bleed for Konoha, but Konoha can't even think about it. Tsunade's expression was very complicated, and she had no dedication to the Nuada family. Yeah, only then did she realize that she and Nawaki were the only two of the Senju family. Let's go back, Tsunade said to Nawaki, somewhat disappointed. Walking to the door, Tsunade turned his head and asked Ryu, why didn't you make a move that night when one tail broke the seal? I want to know the answer. You can't live by yourself. Since they released one tail on their own, they have to bear the consequences. I am not a nanny and will not wipe their ass. Ryu said lightly. I know. Tsunade squeezed his fist and left. Nawaki looked back and followed Tsunade away with a complicated face. In a bad mood, right? After Tsunade and Nawaki left, Makoto came to Ryu and looked at Ryu caringly. It's really uncomfortable. This time the relationship between Tsunade and Nawaki and I will probably end. Ryu sighed slightly. Maybe they couldn't be friends since they had different ideas. He was a selfish person and couldn't make sacrifices for Konoha. What he cared about was the people around him, followed by the people who followed him. As for Konoha village, he couldn't be ranked. Need Makoto's comfort. Ryu hugged Makoto. I think you just want to take advantage of me. Makoto gave Ryu a white glance, but didn't push Ryu away. Only there was no one around, and Makoto wouldn't be very shy. Sister, can Ryu and I continue to be friends? Nawaki asked Tsunade in a low tone. No, you have known that kid for so long, don't you know him? As long as you still consider him a friend, he will treat you as a friend. Tsunade raised his head and whispered. Sister, are you in a bad mood? You also care about Ryu, right? Huh. Don't be kidding, I'll care about a kid who hasn't known each other for long. Then how do you act as if you know him better than I do? Nawaki murmured. Alas, I hope he and Ryu can still be friends after this time. Nawaki's true friend is only him, and everyone else approaches him based on his identity. Don't look at Nawaki's innocence, but he can tell that he is not stupid. Konoha Camp headquarters at the border of the Country of Fire. Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned, his brows never loosened after the bad news came one by one. Tsunade returned to the battlefield, but brought him bad news that Uchiha Ryu actually asked him to go in person. I thought that letting Tsunade go would be able to fix that kid, but I didn't expect that kid to be so difficult to deal with. Moreover, after Tsunade came back, he actually asked him again if one tail was released by them. It must be Uchiha Ryu and Tsunade who said something. Although he denied Tsunade's questioning, it can be seen that Tsunade did not believe it, but was suspicious of him. Danzo, here you are. The matters of Konoha Camp are left to you for the time being. I will return to Konoha village first. Seeing Danzo walking into the headquarters, Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately explained the task to him. At this time, what are you doing back to Konoha? Danzo's only remaining eye is staring at Sarutobi Hiruzen. Not long ago, Danzo lost an eye in the battle. Take care of Uchiha Ryu's affairs, the battlefield's affairs are left to you. Sarutobi Hiruzen doesn't want to say more, or that there is no time to waste, the situation is urgent for Konoha. Cloud Shinobi's offensive is very strong. The most important thing is that no one can stop Cloud Shinobi's offensive. Uchiha must be dispatched. There is also the Uzumaki clan. The tail beasts are too difficult to deal with, only with the help of the Uzumaki clan's sealing technique. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen has drawn some Uzumaki people, none of the Uzumaki people he has drawn are strong. After that, Sarutobi Hiruzen returned to Konoha village as quickly as possible, and ordered Hatake Shumo and the others to defend. If Sanin village attacked, they would retreat. After rushing back to Konoha village, Sarutobi Hiruzen did not rest and went directly to the Uchiha clan. Young master, Sarutobi Hiruzen is here. Uchiha no reports to Ryu, who is instructing the tribe's ninjutsu on the training ground. Oh, is it so fast? Ryu nodded, and then went to the lobby, where Uchiha Kang and Uchiha Yun were also here. Master 3rd Hokage is not on the battlefield. What did you return to Konoha at this time? Could it be that Master 3rd Hokage came back to Konoha for refuge because he was greedy for life and fear of death? Sarutobi Hiruzen's face immediately turned ugly, and he turned to look at Uchiha Ryu, who walked into the living room. Ryu must not be rude to Hokage. Uchiha said something lightly, and then there was no more. After taking a deep breath, Sarutobi Hiruzen said solemnly, Ryu, I know you are very resentful due to the misunderstanding of Danzo consultants, but at the moment Konoha is a member of Konoha village. Are you going to be a force in Konoha's defeat or even defeat? Perish? Hee. Okay, don't say such things, I have listened too much. Ryu sneered, then waved his hand impatiently. 5 billion taels, first send 5 billion taels, and then 20% of Konoha village's income will be given to me, and I will bring someone to help. What is a big lion opening? This is called a big lion opening. After Ryu finished speaking, Sarutobi Hiruzen's face went dark. 5 billion taels of Konoha village can't be obtained, and 20% of the income is even more impossible. Since it's impossible, Master 3rd Hokage will leave, lest you waste time here. After all, if you waste an extra second, it will be more dangerous on the battlefield. Let's see off the guests. Ryu stood up as he said, and walked outside. No, now is the time for you not to agree? Wait a minute. Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately stopped Ryu. Konoha village really can't come up with money. Nowadays, during the war, Konoha village doesn't have enough supplies. I know that Konoha village can't take it out, but the Sarutobi clan can take it out. Shimura clan can take it out. This is the time to test Naruto-sama's loyalty to Konoha village. Shouldn't it be too much to save Konoha at the expense of the Sarutobi clan? Ryu turned his head and stared at Sarutobi Hiruzen. The Sarutobi family has been rich in these years. With the care of Sarutobi Hiruzen, the Sarutobi family has developed at a rapid pace over the years. There is also the Shimura clan. Danzo does some taboo research, all relying on the Shimura clan's financial support. Although these two families are low-key, they are definitely the two richest families in Konoha village. Sarutobi Hiruzen has hesitation on his face, really sacrificing the interests of the Sarutobi family. Of course, Sarutobi Hiruzen is not happy. People are close to their own people. I can give you 5 billion taels, but the 20% income of Konoha village is definitely not good. Although I don't want to sacrifice the interests of the Sarutobi family, in Sarutobi Hiruzen's heart, the status of Konoha village is still slightly higher. 5 billion taels can be given to Ryu, but in the future, 20% of Konoha village's income will also be given to him. That is definitely not good. That amount of money is definitely larger than 5 billion taels. Moreover, the income of Konoha village must be used to develop Konoha village, and even 20% cannot be allocated to Uchiha Ryu. Master 3rd Hokage, it's not good to say that you are not qualified to negotiate terms at all. Ryu turned on Mangekyo Sharingan and looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen lightly. Sarutobi Hiruzen felt suffocated by the terrifying sense of oppression. Looking at the Mangekyo pattern in Uchiha Ryu's eyes, Sarutobi Hiruzen's scalp was numb. Mangekyo Sharingan, the legendary Mangekyo Sharingan, he really turned on. Sarutobi Hiruzen's shocked expression made Ryu very satisfied. In the past, Ryu didn't want to expose Mangekyo Sharingan, mainly because he didn't want to be targeted and caused too much trouble. But now that Sarutobi Hiruzen and Sarutobi Hiruzen are both torn apart, naturally there is no need to hide Mangekyo Sharingan. It even shows that Mangekyo Sharingan can shock Sarutobi Hiruzen. Ryu actually turned on Mangekyo Sharingan. Uchiha Yun was also shocked, but he didn't expect Ryu to hide such power. Okay. I promise you, but I hope you can lead the Uchiha clan to deal with Cloud Shinobi. Of course it's okay, but the Uchiha clan will definitely not work. I need other ninjas. Ryu looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen faintly. He couldn't take Uchiha desperately, knowing that Ryu can command only half of Uchiha's people. With these people trying to block Cloud Shinobi, Uchiha absolutely suffered a heavy loss, which is unacceptable to Ryu. Good. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded indifferently. Ryu doesn't care about Sarutobi Hiruzen's attitude anymore, and the two sides are already in a state of flux. After discussing the conditions with Ryu, within half an hour, Sarutobi Hiruzen sent someone to send 5 billion taels. Is this 5 billion taels? Uchiha Yun looked at the money a little shocked. 1002 detonating charms. 5 billion taels can buy 5 million detonating charms. Uncle Yun, you are the third elder of the Uchiha family. If you don't see this money, you will be shocked. Ryu couldn't help but laughed. This money? Uchiha Yun thinks that Ryu is a bit irritating. In the underground black market bounty, third Hokage's head is only 1 billion taels. The money is equivalent to Sarutobi Hiruzen's 5 heads. I left 1 billion taels of this money, the other 4 billion taels gave out 3 billion to the people, and the remaining 1 billion taels was sent to the Uzumaki family. Ryu said to Uchiha Yun. He has a life-saving grace for the Uzumaki clan, but only benefits can make cooperation more reliable, right? If just letting the Uzumaki clan stand with him is not good, the love will end sooner or later. And Ryu was never stingy with his own people, otherwise he would not be able to give out 3 billion taels to his tribe, because they support themselves and dare to do anything with him, so this is the benefit they deserve. This matter was left to Uchiha Yun, the future father-in-law, and Ryu began to gather the clansmen. Needless to say any motivational words, they had chosen to be loyal to him, willing to follow him up and down the fire. Leading the 300 elite ninjas of Uchiha and other ninjas drawn from various families by Sarutobi Hiruzen, went to block Cloud Shinobi. Third Raikage is not an easy character to deal with. Ryu took a little attention on his face, and now Third Raikage has reached its peak strength. Nowadays, the strongest of the 5 ninja villages should be Third Raikage. This guy is a monster, definitely the strongest Raikage in the past. Unlike Third Kazekage that is the strongest Wind Shadow, it is absolutely no doubt that Third Raikage is the strongest Raikage in the past. The strongest spear and the strongest shield have a terrifying record. They once fought the violent Eight Tails, and both sides were exhausted. Even the broken corner of Eight Tails Gyuki was caused by Third Raikage. In the 3 wars, he singled out 10,000 rock shinobi with his own strength, and finally died of exhaustion for 3 days and nights. He was not killed, he was exhausted. It is estimated that this guy's combat effectiveness has almost reached the Super Shadow level. Ryu also had to fear the Third Raikage, of course, the fear returned to the fear, and Ryu was not afraid. It is not without means to face Third Raikage. That guy's physical strength can be called abnormal, but the illusion resistance is always not that abnormal. I know that when I am the commander, you people will feel dissatisfied in your heart, but you will be held back if you are not convinced. Whoever dares to make a small move will kill you directly. On the way, Ryu said coldly to the ninja army formed by other families. Ryu leads 1,000 ninja troops, of which 300 are from the Uchiha tribe. They must obey Ryu's orders. But the other 700 people are probably disdainful of Ryu. Although Ryu has the strength of the pinnacle of the shadow rank, and even the combat power is even more than the peak of the shadow rank, but he is only 12 years old, and many people will not believe him. What did you say, kid? I really thought that Master Naruto asked you to be the commander. You are the commander. I really don't know what Naruto-sama means. It's a joke to let a kid be the commander. Just when I wanted to scare the monkeys, 2 chickens came out. You are very good, kill them. Ryu glanced at the 2 piercing heads and ordered mercilessly. Immediately after that, the 2 ninjas were ruthlessly dealt with by the Uchiha ninjas. From the time they questioned Ryu, the Uchiha tribesmen were already intent on killing. So after Ryu gave the order, they did not hesitate to act. Originally, because of Ryu's talent and strength, the loyalty of those who supported Ryu to him was very high, and Ryu asked Uchiha to issue 3 billion taels to buy people's hearts. These people are basically loyal to Ryu. Do you dare to do it? The other ninjas looked at Ryu in fear and anger. As Sarutobi Hiruzen said, I am the commander-in-chief of this ninja army. No one is allowed to provoke. The provocateurs die. I look forward to you jumping out 2 more, anyway, I don't mind killing a few more. Although Ryu was young and looked a little immature, his indifferent eyes completely shocked the proud ninja troops composed of these major families. In fact, the ninja troops formed by the major families are really difficult to bring. Family ninjas are capable, but they are also more arrogant. Only his iron and blood methods can deter them. Otherwise, they would jump out and fight him from time to time, and Ryu might be annoying to death. As for the crime of killing a ninja in the same village, no one dared to ask him at this time, and Ryu was not afraid of Sarutobi Hiruzen. After turning his face with Sarutobi Hiruzen, Ryu has become much tougher. Ryu. Sir, after investigation, I found the trail of Cloud Shinobi. A ninja from the Hyuga family reported to Ryu awkwardly, calling Uchiha Ryu an adult, which is really awkward. Check the situation first, and leave this to your Hyuga clan. If there is an error in the intelligence, don't blame me to hold your Hyuga clan accountable. Ryu glanced at the ninja, then said lightly, yes. Ryu's majesty made him afraid to refuse, and his instinct told him that it would never be better not to agree. Knowing the location of Cloud Shinobi, Ryu didn't rush to attack Cloud Shinobi. He didn't investigate the situation clearly. Before knowing the information, he would definitely not fight Cloud Shinobi impulsively. Now I haven't even figured out the specific number of Cloud Shinobi, and I don't know what the intelligence department of Konoha village does. Ryu led the arrival of the ninja army, and let 3rd Raikage know that 3rd Raikage also did not act rashly, intending to understand the enemy's situation like Ryu. Now the two sides have not played against each other, and are temporarily deadlocked, but the fight on the other side of the battlefield is getting more and more tragic. After Sarutobi Hiruzen told Ryu to take action, he returned to the Konoha camp in the country of rain and resisted the coalition attack of the 3 Shinobu villages. At the border of the country of rain and the country of fire, inside the Konoha Shinobi camp, a group of ninjas gathered for a meeting at this moment. We can't continue to fight like this. We must find a breakthrough now, otherwise we won't be able to use the 3 Shinobu villages to join forces. Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression is very determined. At this time, he has thrown away his indecision, and has a somewhat more tolerant style. Who is the teacher going to use as a breakthrough? Orochimaru asked Sarutobi Hiruzen. Rain Shinobi's strength is the weakest, but it is not suitable as a breakthrough. The location of Rain Shinobi's camp is sandwiched between Sand Shinobi and Rock Shinobi. If we use Rain Shinobi as a breakthrough, the other 2 ninjas will support them at the fastest speed. Sarutobi Hiruzen took out a map and analyzed it with the current patriarch of the Nara clan. Although Rain Shinobi is best to bully, but he can't attack them, otherwise he may be flanked. I intend to use Sand Shinobi as a breakthrough point. We have been passively defending these days, so they definitely did not expect us to attack actively. This time the chance is great. Then what if it fails? Danzo sang against Sarutobi Hiruzen at this time. If it fails, I will be responsible. Sarutobi Hiruzen had sharp sword lights in his eyes, and Danzo had to back down. Before, Sarutobi Hiruzen would still give him face, but since Sarutobi Hiruzen returned to Konoha and came back again, I don't know what kind of excitement he was, and he didn't save half face. Moreover, his character has returned to his tough style. Facing such a Sarutobi Hiruzen, Danzo really dare not provoke him. How could it be easy for Sarutobi Hiruzen to suppress Danzo's position while sitting firmly on Naruto? Then do we still need ninjas to stay in our camp? Hitaki Tsukumo had some worry on his face. He was afraid that Rain Shinobi and Sand Shinobi would steal their homes if too many ninjas were dispatched. If the camp was destroyed, how they would replenish supplies. No, you can bring the materials you can bring, and keep the ones you can't bring here, and make a detonating talisman trap. This time Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't even want the camp. In fact, it's useless to keep the camp. It will only be passively beaten. It's better to discard the camp and fight for his life. After I get to the Sand Shinobi camp, I will take the SEAL squad to deal with One-Tail Jinchuriki. 3rd Kazekage will be handed over to Shumo, Chiyo will be handed over to Orochimaru, Jiraiya and Tsunade, and Ilao Zhang will be handed over to Danzo. After making a plan, Sarutobi Hiruzen asked them to prepare, which was an extremely important battle for Konoha. As long as he succeeds, Konoha will not say that he can turn defeat into victory, at least he can get a chance to breathe, instead of being passively beaten and unable to fight back as before. At night, all the ninjas in Konoha camp were dispatched and killed towards Sand Shinobi camp, although they were discovered before they could reach Sand Shinobi. But Sand Shinobi is still a little slower, just like Sarutobi Hiruzen guessed. Sand Shinobi never expected Konoha to fight back. Even the extremely cautious Chiyo felt that Konoha was just the end of the crossbow, let alone a counterattack. Even if he held onto it, it was extremely difficult. Because there was no defense, Sand Shinobi suffered. Damn, the despicable Konoha shinobi attacked. Third Kazekage stared furiously at Hatake Shumo, who was blocking him, and wanted to get out of the battle to command the chaotic Sand Shinobi, but was blocked by Hatake Shumo and couldn't get out. There is no meanness on the battlefield, Hatake said lightly. Besides, for a ninja, a sneak attack is not a normal thing. Magnet-style sand-iron boundary method. This is Third Kazecage's strongest ninjutsu. Numerous long thorns formed by sand and iron pierce the enchantment area, and Third Kazekage can fly freely inside the enchantment. Faced with this trick, Hatake Sakumo only had to dodge and escape. Although embarrassed, his life was not in danger. Third Kazekage tried to use magnet style to control the white-tooth short blade in Hatake's hand, but it failed. Except for the first time he played against Hatake Sakumo, he successfully used magnet style to control the white-tooth short blade, which made Hatake Sakumo suffer a loss. Other times have not succeeded. Hatake Hakumo found that after wrapping the white-tooth short blade with lightning-style chakra, it will not be controlled by magnet style. This is probably degaussing. Hatake Sakumo and Third Kazekage are entangled. No one can do anything about it. They are both movie-class powerhouses. Hatake Sakumo cannot kill Third Kazekage, but Third Kazekage cannot kill Hatake Sakumo. On the other side, One-Tail Jinchuriki faces Sarutobi Hiruzen in a split blessing, and has to be a tail animal, even if it is Sand Shinobi camp. But Sarutobi Hiruzen was already ready. He came to temporarily suppress One-Tail Sho Crane, and then the Uzumaki tribe in the sealing class took the opportunity to seal One-Tail Sho Crane. This war weapon One-Tail Shuhei is easier to deal with. Ilao Zhang was also blocked by Danzo. Although Danzo became one-eyed, his combat power was quite strong, at least not weaker than Ilao Zhang. Chiyo was even more at a loss. She faced a siege by the trio of Tsunade, Orochimaru and Jiraiya. Although Chiyo's poison was very powerful, Tsunade's antidote made Chiyo's poison lose its deterrent effect. Despite manipulating the pinnacle of the puppet master's works by nearly 10 people, it is still suppressed and dangerous, and it is the most dangerous one among the Sand Shinobi film class powerhouses. In addition, the patriarchs of the major families in Konoha village are basically here, and their fighting power is at least the elite Jonin, and there are even people with quasi-shadow level strength. For example, the current Uchiha clan leader is a quasi-shadow level strength. Ryu took the Uchiha clan back, but what Ryu took away was only a part of it. Now Uchiha is divided into 2 branches, and the current patriarch of Uchiha still controls a group of people. Others include the patriarch of the Hyuga clan, the strong Anbu hidden by Konoha shinobi, and the fighting power that erupted together. Sand Shinobi alone is simply difficult to resist. One-Tail Shuhei is sealed. Third Kazekage glanced in the direction of One-Tail. His face was ugly. Sarutobi Hiruzen cooperated with the sealing team to easily take down the battlefield weapon of One-Tail Shuhei. Then look at the 1000-generation mother-in-law, who is dangerous, and even at the risk of dying on the battlefield. Ilao Zhang was not going well. After Sarutobi Hiruzen got the one-tail guarding the crane, he went to support Danzo, and the two besieged Ilao Zhang together. Puff. Under distraction, Third Kazekage was cut with a wound on his back. There is only a dead end when distracted on the battlefield. Hatake Sakumo stared at Third Kazekage like Shura. Although the blow just caused a slight injury to Third Kazekage, his chances were getting more and more. Retreat to me. Third Kazekage glanced bitterly at Hatake Sakumo, then used ninjutsu to block Hatake Sakumo, and then walked out. Under the leadership of Third Kazekage, he rescued the precarious Chiyo and Ilao, and immediately led Sand Shinobi's troops to retreat. After a period of great victories, Sand Shinobi flees in a terrible defeat this time, and all the supplies are left behind, even the camp is thrown away. This time Sand Shinobi suffered heavy losses. Not to mention the lost supplies, the loss of the ninja alone made Third Kazekage heartache. In this unexpected attack, Sand Shinobi killed and injured nearly 1,000 ninjas, and most importantly, One-Tail Jinchuriki once again fell into the hands of Konoha shinobi. After the Konoha shinobi won the battle, they did not pursue the victory. Instead, they discarded Sand Shinobi's camp and left Sand Shinobi's camp with only Sand Shinobi's supplies. However, Konoha's camp was also attacked. After receiving news that Konoha had attacked Sand Shinobi, Rock Shinobi and Rain Shinobi did not choose to rescue Sand Shinobi, but attacked Konoha camp. Of course, the Konoha camp where the large group left was unstoppable and was directly breached. What Onoki didn't expect was that Sarutobi Hiruzen had already made the idea of abandoning the camp. Even if he broke into the Konoha camp, there was no gain, but because of the detonation symbol left by the Konoha shinobi, he suffered heavy losses. Set up a camp here and be prepared to avoid being attacked. Sarutobi Hiruzen found another place and asked the Earth-style ninjas to set up a camp, and at the same time let the ninjas of the Hyuga family to detect the enemy. On the other side, some miserable sand shinobi gathered the ninjas who had escaped before, ready to take revenge on Konoha village. Damn Onoki. Damn Hanzo of the Salamander. Third Kazekage furiously punched the innocent tree nearby. Because sand shinobi's supplies were destroyed, Third Kazekage planned to borrow some supplies. But neither Onoki nor Hanzo of the Salamander rejected him. If that's the case, don't blame me for being impolite and let people snatch the supplies of the rain country, Third Kazekage said furiously. No, if we really do this, the cooperation with Hanzo of the Salamander will come to an end. This is definitely not possible. I firmly disagree. Chiyo rejected the idea of Third Kazekage, and now was not the time to turn his face with Hanzo of the Salamander. It is the most important thing to deal with Konoha village together. Then what about the food we lack now? Third Kazekage frowned. Since Chiyo refused, let Chiyo think of a solution. I will talk to Third Tsuchikage Onoki and Hanzo of the Salamander. They don't even give me face. What good is it for you to go? I will persuade them to lend us supplies, but at some price. Chiyo took a look at Third Kazekage, and now he has to pay a price to get the supplies, otherwise Sand Shinobi would not even want to share the cup of Konoha village with him or her. On the battlefield of the Rain Country, the situation in Konoha village eased a bit, and on the other side, Ryu almost knew the number of Cloud Shinobi. 3,000 Cloud Shinobi? This time, Cloud Shinobi was led by Third Raikage, about 3,000 Cloud Shinobi, 3 times as many as Ryu. Young Master, what should we do? Shall we take the initiative? No, the number of our ninjas is not as good as that of others. Isn't we going to kill them when we take the initiative? Waiting for them to take the initiative, we can set up traps to ambush them first. With a smile on Ryu's face, he didn't worry about the number of Cloud Shinobi at all. Cloud Shinobi will definitely take the initiative. Their number exceeds Ryu and they are also led by Third Raikage. If they dare not take the initiative to attack Ryu, then don't participate in the ninja war at all. So Ryu expects that Cloud Shinobi will raid them, prepare traps and wait for them to get the bait. Cloud Shinobi's temporary camp, Third Raikage already knows some information about Ryu and them. Father, Konoha village looks down on us too much, and actually sent a 12-year-old guy as a commander. The future 4th Raikage Ai has disdain on his face, but Ai looks a little younger at this time, and is about the same age as Ryu, but he is a little worried. Konoha will pay for underestimating us. Third Raikage snorted heavily. Sarutobi Hiruzen, the 3rd Hokage, didn't kiss Jiraiya. Forget it, let a 12-year-old boy come, and Third Raikage became angry when he got the information. Now that Konoha shinobi has not moved, will there be any fraud? Jonin Tutai, an elite trusted by Third Raikage, has some worry on his face. Konoha cannot simply abandon himself and send a 12-year-old kid. Even if they are really dispatched, there must be something extraordinary. Well, don't watch Ryu let Third Kazekage run away in embarrassment twice, and he also grabbed one-tail Shuhei. The record is a bit sturdy, but in fact, Cloud Shinobi doesn't have much information on Ryu. Not even Konoha himself knows Ryu's record. Sarutobi Hiruzen will not promote Ryu, and he even wants to suppress Ryu's reputation, which leads to the fact that Third Raikage does not collect much intelligence and despise Ryu. Of course, even if Third Raikage knows some of Ryu's achievements, he will still despise him, and even think that those achievements are blown out. However, this kind of contempt is beneficial to Ryu. The more you despise Ryu, the greater the loss that Third Raikage will suffer in the end. The mere Konoha unit, no matter what conspiracy and tricks are used, there is a bubble in front of my fist. Send my order to attack the Konoha unit. Third Raikage ordered. Master Raikage, when shall we attack? It's not too late, attack now. What, now? I think it's better to attack Konoha's troops at night. Tutai was a little tangled, so he attacked now, isn't he too disregard of the enemy? No, we Cloud Shinobi must win Konoha as quickly as possible, otherwise, the future benefits will be shared with Rock Shinobi and Sand Shinobi. Third Raikage shook his head. He also had his own considerations. Now Konoha looks set to lose. Of course, he wants to get the biggest cake, and even wants to swallow this big cake. In the end, Cloud Shinobi gathered, without any cover. After gathering the ninja troops, they slew towards the Konoha troops. When Cloud Shinobi did something, Ryu had already got the news. This third Raikage is really arrogant. It seems that I haven't kicked the steel plate and I don't know that my feet hurt. Ryu sneered and looked in the direction of Cloud Shinobi's troops. It was so clear that if Ryu said that he didn't care at all, it would definitely be impossible. I will treat your third Raikage well, and I hope you don't regret it. Then Ryu ordered the Konoha Shinobi to prepare for battle. This battle was the first battle against Cloud Shinobi, but it was also the most critical battle. Master Ryu, Cloud Shinobi is here. The ninja of the Hyuga clan reported to Ryu, with a look on his face. Through Byakugan, he saw a group of chakra that was as terrifying as a tail beast. It must be the third Raikage. Third Raikage will be handled by me. If you deal with other Cloud Shinobi, if you take the lead, I don't want to see you defeated. Ryu turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, and his sharp eyes scanned the surrounding Konoha Shinobi. At this time, opening Mangekyo Sharingan for them to see is to give them confidence. I believe these people should know Mangekyo Sharingan. Sure enough, after Ryu turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, the originally low morale suddenly rose. Although they were shocked by Ryu's Mangekyo Sharingan, they all heard the legend of Mangekyo Sharingan and knew the horror of Mangekyo Sharingan. After arranging them, Ryu gave an order to Uchiha Yi. Let Uchiha Yi lead the Uchiha tribe. This time he intends to let Uchiha tribe as the vanguard. War will make Uchiha tribe stronger, and it is easier to open Mangekyo Sharingan between life and death. The Uchiha people are also very eager to fight. They are a warlike clan.